Hello, everybody, and welcome to Barkador's Guide to Barking.
They stop the moment we actually go live.
These dogs have reverse comedic timing. There we go. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Leah, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have an answer for you, babe.
Is the planet of the base in the cosmos? Can we go there?
Oh shit!
Planet of the base. Women are my favorite guy.
Favorite guy.
You can absolutely go there, yeah.
Yay! Through hell, let's go to the planet of the base.
See, I thought you were really gonna go Planet of the Apes, and then, like, I was just gonna, like, sleeper word activate Zan with the, like, apes together strong.
All of the dream, what does it mean?
Barack Tweeto, does this stream fit for new people who don't follow it yet? I think that there are a lot of episodes like that you can come in on this campaign and still, you know, follow along because we start in midi-res. This session in particular has a bit of build-up behind it, so you may be a bit lost.
I recommend like stick around, watch the episode, see if you like it, and if you do, just go back and watch episode 1.
Yeah,
it could be one of
also,
those things where like you have
all of our VODs are available
context.
on youtube.com/devils and dice rolls. After the
I was
stream,
gonna
if you
say.
feel like watching the rest of the series, you can go over to there.
Yeah.
But welcome everybody to Dogador's Guide to Barking. Let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves so I can mute my microphone, starting with TheropodArt. Sorry,
So
usually my microphone is on the far left.
Holy, I'm fucking dying.
Sorry, usually my microphone is on the far left of my OBS.
okay, so they can hear me now? They
Yes,
can hear
they
me
can
now?
hear you now.
Okay.
George Lucas.
I'll make it
I
sweet.
love you, Connor.
I'm TheropodArt everywhere. Lizard fun bags if you want to see the naughty stuff. Commissions are closed. Tuesdays, Vecna, Eve of Ruin. That's it. Next.
That's me. You can catch me over on my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm, where I post everything I do when I do it. I stream Mondays through Sundays at various different RPGs except Wednesdays. You want to see what I'm up to and when I'm up to it? Check my Blue Sky. That's me.
Hello! You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. We have a couple of things going on tomorrow. Possibly No Love War Extra over on Burnout Vaughn's channel tomorrow. It's up in the air. Based on scheduling things, because my family decided we were going to do some birthday stuff, and now I'm not entirely sure what's happening tomorrow. But after that, assuming that happens, guaranteed, tomorrow I'm actually going to be doing something secret, super special surprise on my channel tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested in a little hee surprise, shush, don't tell anyone, you can be there. And then on Monday, unless I'm mistaken, we should be back over at the Amusing Thalia's channel for some more Nier. And I think that's all I got going on this weekend.
Hi there, I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky than all of the other stuff. Rather busy with stuff, keep saying it, and that's annoying me as well as everyone else, don't worry, but always worth keeping an eye out for whenever I post. The idea is sometime soon-ish open for commissions once again. But yeah, that's what I got going on my end. So why not go back to our one and only GM Leah?
Hi, I'm the GM here, Leah, at Amusing Thalia on Twitch and Blue Sky. I am in Ceres's Sunday game, Those Who Wander, every other Sunday, not this Sunday, but Sundays in the future. And we are, in fact, back on my channel on Mondays for some Nier. Otherwise, I think I try to be kind of quick and not shield too much, but I am actually very proud of the superhero game that I just started up. I am actually running TTRPGs on my channel as well now. It's on Thursdays. It's at 3:30 PST. It is in the Masks system, and it is a fun superhero game. One of a couple. The other one's going to be showing up here shortly on my friend Burnout Vaughn's channel. It's called Suits. You can go check it out on my YouTube at where the first episode and the prologue are up. It's a shorter game than maybe, other RPGs. First 2 episodes, or the prologue and the first episode, are the equivalent length to most of the sessions I run for this. So if you want something a little bit more bite-sized and very, very dispatch inspired, I will be running that for you. And that'll be going for the foreseeable future. I may touch on announcements for it here and there, but this is the official announcement for it on somewhere other than my Blue Sky and my personal Discord, which is admittedly very small. But yeah, so I'm starting that up. I'm very excited to get it going. I have very lovely people, including Connor here, with me on that journey. I'm also joined by some other very lovely friends like Gaius and Aqua and Ray and my friend Ross. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing that in the future. Otherwise, you can find me back here on Fridays running this game with these lovely people here, including our resident sorcerer and dog whisperer, Connor McKinley, DistortionDevil.
Connor, can they hear you?
You know where to find me. Beard Sorcery, DistortionDevil. Bones Coffee, DistortionDevil.
What a start.
We don't have any bits or subs except for Darky Arts. Thank you for getting your one sub to Citric King. Let's go ahead and get into it.
There.
All right.
You know what? Fair enough. Allow us to head away on this journey together. Let me do my little but. Across the cosmos, our crew of the Homewrecker have traveled. Meeting first in the depths of the Astral Sea, they have traveled to the Gnosis Cluster, a Gith hideaway. They have traveled to the heart of a dead god. They have been to the city of Sigil, and they have embroiled themselves in various plots seeking to usurp control of the very multiverse itself. The following, a cult seemingly infesting its roots in every corner of every plane, as well as a devilish deal and bargains that seem to be boiling in the background, causing some trouble and placing a price on several of the party members' heads. Now, they have traveled once again to their ship, a nautiloid known as the Homewrecker, and have begun their journey, and I say less begun, and have traveled significantly along their journey through a secret entrance into the River Styx outside of a dead star known as the Eye of Doom. They have snuck their way into a route into Avernus, the depths of hell itself, seeking to find answers to the plotting of devils that has placed the prices aforementioned. Now, aboard this ship, and on the way across the Styx, passing by a dock in Plagueport, they have been preparing for their dive into the hells. But as they've prepared, Banemaw sat down and asked a question to the spirits of his ancestors, from whom he gathers his power. And the ancestors answered the cryptic message warning Hakka of betrayal aboard the ship. As has been some time, I am going to reread, or I will ask Hakka, but I will also offer to, if you do not want to, especially because of voice, to reread the missive, the message sent by the ancestors. Do you want me to do it, or do you?
I got it.
All right, you got it.
Yep, I got it. So, to reread the message. In your path, corpses lie, made by you as you fly. Yet through the foes will pose a threat. The silver tongue may kill you yet. With you, this we confide. Beware the horns by your side. A strong beast may break a bone through a subtle hand, left alone. Will stab you in the back. Do not hesitate to attack. And
Hakka,
that's what they said. Yeah.
That is what they said. Yet, speaking this out loud, the ancestors speaking through you to Vex. The two of you have since, using your a set of earrings gifted to the party via Vex, to warn most of the officers of the party of the situation that they are currently facing with a traitor aboard the ship. And now, with Kazador being informed of the situation, currently I believe, Kazador, you are in the research laboratory. And so I will move you there if I can find you on the map. And that is, I believe, where we left off, with Kazador being officially informed of the situation.
Yeah. I'd like to think that recap was just Hakka telling exactly what he heard to Kazador.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
What do you propose we do? Very well. Also, is there supposed to be music or no?
Oh, there. I've been playing music for both the the intro and the beginning, but I am actually swapping music. I was literally swapping music right now.
Oh, they couldn't hear Connor? God damn it.
I basically said yep.
Yep. Yeah. We're gathering the crew. We're yeah. Hakka said, "What are we gonna do?" And we're gathering the crew. God, tech difficulties. Jesus
Something along
Christ.
the lines of all the times for this to happen while we're traveling down the river Styx.
Yeah.
Where would you like to gather the crew, Kazador?
The gun emplacements are sort of on the outside of the ship, right?
Correct. Yeah, they're open deck.
We can see the sticks from there?
Yep, correct.
Okay, let's meet there.
Alrighty, you got
Gather
it.
everyone.
Literally
Everyone.
everyone. The Zodar with you, the metal.
Oh right, he's here.
Yeah, the giant floating metal suit of armor. After everyone is out on the decks, basically posts up at the entrance, seemingly reading Kazador's intention and energy. All right. I'm just moving everyone one at a time out onto the decks.
All right.
Does this include Thrash?
Sure. I want Thrash to be here.
Yeah, let's have him there.
Alrighty.
I want him to see what I'm doing
Everyone.
for him.
Hell yeah. All right. The crew has kind of, started to join everyone one by one on the top deck. The last people to join are Marine and the Gith pair, Nat and Ina, who were they were basically setting the ship on a autopilot style course. They were making sure everything was hunky dory before Marine kind of comes out and looks at you. All right, Captain. Everything's battened down and hatched and all that. I actually don't know the sailing term for it, but yeah, we're all good to go. Everything's set up. What'd you need us for?
This shouldn't take long.
And they join you on the top deck, deck 7. Marine kind of moves over to the side, and Ina and Nat kind of hover behind Marine, and walking up to Marine and starting to speak to Marine is Zaya, the recent pickup for the ship, a guide that was hired while you all were meeting with some traders at a Spelljammer station of some kind. Someone who is hell-touched and horned, and one of the potential suspects for the situation. But Marine and Zaya are currently speaking. On the kind of northern corner, you have Vovolazar and Esmeralda, and the two of them are just kind of talking. Esmeralda is looking out over the river Styx, and actually, they're probably not talking too much. Esmeralda is just almost looking pensively out on the river Styx, and Vovolazar is kind of hovering behind and will occasionally kind of look over at the group and probably offer a wave at one of you. Marsh is sticking close to... both Marshes are here, and both are sticking close to Rot. And Thrash would probably be hiding behind Kazador, honestly. Is like clinging to your robes and sort of like looking around a bit nervously. And in a similar capacity, Naimana has kind of clung to Xoruk's. You wear a scarf, right? Correct, Xoruk?
Yeah.
And is similarly clinging to your scarf. But as people are kind of milling about, it's like one of those like office party things where like, or like before a meeting where everyone's just kind of talking, milling, waiting for whatever this meeting is intended for. The last one to join would be the Star Lancer, who kind of flies around and then lands on the deck below you all, and you hear kind of shuffling around.
Do you want to have the floor, Kazador, or shall I?
I'll do it.
Very well.
Kazador will sort of make his way to the front of the group. He'll motion for Vivolazar and who's this? The yellow one?
So the yellow is Vivolazar, the pink is Zaya, and the orange is Naimana, who has is the last person that I intended to say is clinging to Xoruk. And those are the three current suspects, yeah.
I'll motion for them to join the group.
They kind of almost one, but they would all actually have different reactions to being kind of called forward. Vivolazar would sort of stride forward, not really bothered. Zaya is kind of looking around almost nervously, and Naimana is similarly looking around nervously, but it's in a different capacity, and it would take an insight check to kind of tell the difference. Like, they're definitely acting different from each other, but they're both kind of looking around.
Nevertheless, he will motion for them to join the majority of the group.
Mm-hmm. Marine almost steps up kind of behind Zaya, curious as to what's happening, and Esmeralda does similar with Vivolazar. The first to speak up would probably... I don't think any of these three would speak up specifically, like without being prompted. They're all just kind of looking at you expectantly.
Kazador will sort of have his hands behind his back and sort of a more dignified, more official sort of body language he's putting on. And he's not making eye contact with anyone. He's just looking out into the river Styx.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody's gathered, he posits to the group. How much do you know about the river Styx? This is for all of you. He says it without turning to look at anybody. He's just still looking at...
There's kind of like, almost like a confused glancing between several of the group. Marine actually would be the first one to speak up. Are you asking the three you called forward, or just like the crew in general?
The crew in general. How much individually do you each know about this lake?
Marine almost goes to speak and then is cut off by Esmeralda. I know that it's known as the River of Souls. It is where many of the souls that are not trapped within specific realms or specific places will travel from one end of the lower planes to the other. Some say that it connects to the heavens in some capacity, but it's never been fully confirmed. I know this much. It is a bridge, I guess, I suppose, ironic, bridge in water, but between many of planes, correct?
Kazador Kazador will sort of nod absent-mindedly. There's a great deal of things that are unconfirmed about this Black Lake. Does anyone know what happens when you touch it?
Zaya.
Then he
speaks up.
turns to the group.
You turn to the group, but you see Zaya speaking up. It's a matter of fact I do. You lose memory. It said it can even wipe the memories of magic items away.
That is quite grave.
It is. It was used as a punishment in the Nine Hells for many who do not obey the pecking order.
Punishment by devils. Something so foul that even they shy away. Now that is quite the thing. There is a traitor on this ship.
Everyone kind of goes quiet. There's those of you with high passive perception can hear a couple of the gulp of people swallowing.
Who's swallowing? Perception.
Yeah, perception check.
34.
You get kind of a nervous swallow. So, like, are you listening just specifically for swallowing, or like any sort of shifting? That
Any sort of shifting or any
so
tell.
the people who immediately
anxiety.
react to that are Zaya, Naimana, Thrash, Esmeralda, and Marine.
Okay. Yeah, so all the horned people kind of
Not
shifty.
Volazar does not. That is very
interesting.
clear. Volazar almost like cocks a head to the side and cocks an eyebrow. Their arms are kind of not like similarly like to Kazador, not in like a regal way, but they're kind of like slightly behind the back on the hip, and one of the hands just kind of goes to the hip, and they seem confused, like curious almost of the situation. With a 34 perception, that is like you just see the physical aspects of it. I would like you to roll an insight with advantage, because of the high perception roll.
Yeah.
So just for
terrible for
reminder-
Hakka. 18.
Yeah. A reminder,
Well-
Rod?
Oh yeah, no, just to remind, Rod wasn't informed about the traitor beforehand, right?
I do not think so, no, because you do not have the wolf ring yet.
So I would assume Rod is also like gulping at that.
Yeah, so there is also a reaction from Rot then, in that case. I suppose I should ask if any of the other crew members, Vex and Xoruk, react in specific ways.
Xoruk's just going to be looking confused towards Kazador.
I think Vex is just studying as they were there for the divination spell. They're just kind of watching, keeping an eye on folks, paying attention.
Makes sense. So with the insight and the perception roll, Hakka, what you read is that the reactions from them, Esmeralda and Marine almost have identical reactions here, where the two of them shift nervously, but both Marine and Esmeralda stance up. Like Marine's hand, you've seen this happen before. It was when Marine thought Kazador was threatening her, like when you guys first met, and very subtly the hand drifted to the sidearm that she carries.
Yep.
And it's nearly identical. It's a very practiced, very careful move, so it doesn't look like she's going for it, but she is placing a hand on the sidearm, ready for anything to go down. With the 18 and being familiar with her now, you know that this is not directed at Kazador like it was last time. That she is also looking around at everyone in the group. She is very much acting like like she is wanting to guard or protect, but there is still nervousness there. Esmeralda has a similar response, where the hand sort of gently drifts to the rapier at her side. Her eyes narrow, and she gives everyone a singular long up and down. There are
Okay.
2 individuals that she does not give, 3 actually, that she does not give the up and down to. And it is Vivolazar, Vex, and Kazador.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Naimana is freaking the fuck out. Like she is trying her best to keep it together, but she is shifting nervously. She's like picking at strings in her clothing. She is very, very like visibly distressed by the situation. Zaya is the last one from the group that I mentioned. Zaya goes tense, like locks down almost. It's kind of similar to Esmeralda, but there is more of a focus on the tension in her behavior and in her demeanor right here.
Hakka just takes in all that information and lets Kazador keep speaking. He's just
Go ahead, Kazador. Yeah, because that would have all happened very quickly.
Yeah.
I've allowed you all on ship. Given you my word, protection, a place, safe passage. We have a very important goal. One that I cannot have compromised by anything. Whomsoever has designs on me or my crew, I don't know who you are, but I want you to consider something. I want you to consider the cost. Is it really worth it to sabotage our mission, our vessel, our people, risking total erasure? And he gestures towards the river stick. Forgotten forever in the middle of nowhere. Whatever money or power or land or whatever may have been promised to commit this deed against us, I assure you it is not enough. I gave you my word for safe passage, and I will remain true to my word so long as you step forward now.
Roll an intimidation or persuasion check with advantage. The setup regarding the river Styx and with all the it makes a lot of sense.
I will go for
they will get different results.
Motherfucking I'll go for persuasion.
Is this guidanceable?
Yes, I would say absolutely.
Yeah, Hakka's
like
just...
you can let out a
As you're just saying all of this, Kazador, Hakka's just behind you, doing what he does best, just looking as mean as possible.
I imagine
So
it's just like the silence, the slow trickle of the river Styx, and then just...
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, roll it. And you do have guidance for this. I imagine Hakka's eyes looking around, they glow that turquoise blue for a second.
Advantage guidance. Sacre Bleu.
Okay.
You know what?
Alright.
I am going to spend a hero point on that. That is a
Yay!
that is
you
an
still have
abysmal roll.
advantage. Yep. You
Yeah,
still have
yeah,
advantage with a hero point. What was that, Sam?
I was saying it's a 5 on die.
Yeah, natural
5 on die with a
with a plus
advantage.
11.
Once more with feeling.
That's better. 29 on a persuasion.
29.
It's not. He's not saying it to be intimidating. He's letting them know the facts. That if he is forced to hunt down and catch this person, he will drown them in the sticks. That's a fact.
Yeah,
But if they come
absolutely,
forward, that might not happen. This man is a hero, after.
Yeah, exactly. I want to really quickly pull this up.
If any of you could inside Hakka, I'm just letting y'all know he is so proud of Kazador right now. The fucking cojones. I will drown you in the river Styx if you try to sabotage us.
There it is. Sometimes the website that is used for information is not always. Oh my god! It logged me out really quickly. I gotta grab my physical book.
Oh. Technology betrays us again.
It really did today. I was like, I checked it last night, and it logged me out between last night and today.
Good law.
No. So sometimes nothing beats pen and paper. Sometimes nothing beats it.
There's a reason I have them. There it is.
Take another portability.
I was like,
Ooh, that's
Ooh,
lovely.
that's nice.
Somewhere.
Summer.
Is it like a burger with portobello or portobello instead of burger?
With portobello.
Oh, hell yeah. Because you can get some like real fat portobellos that you can just make a sandwich with that and like throw stuff on top.
Oh yeah.
It makes me feel good
There
to
it
eat
is.
mushrooms because the feelings they feel are alien and nothing my mortal soul can make.
Okay, cool.
You are not alive and you buy into it.
Can you feel the aching in your heart? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hakka.
Yeah, what's up?
Roll another perception with advantage.
Oh boy. Toggle advantage. Hebushki. 33.
33. Yep. Yeah, that
God
is.
damn.
I don't think that they can.
Yeah.
manage.
The level up really gave Hakka some good fucking perception. And like I want to say like in the
it
past
is-
like
I will
once you
say
get
it's
past
fucking
30s.
closer
Yeah, like
than I thought.
like Hakka's perception is more than just the senses that he like sight, smell, hearing. It's guidance from like spirits. It's like shit being pointed out to him by ghosts. Like,
So, Hakka, you easily succeed that perception. Kazador, you succeed that persuasion. Because I like do scaled
Mhm.
succeeding. So even if you had failed, there still would have been certain results. But you actually succeeded that persuasion by exactly 1 because of the guidance roll.
Uh-huh.
oh.
So,
Guidance.
because as a result of that, yeah, no, because it's I can go into it later with you, Darky, if you'd like, the mechanics behind certain things here. But yet, you see, Hakka, you see, standing probably intentionally, now that there's the suspicions going across, you see standing behind Kazador, so that Kazador can't see, Vovolazar's hands move together and they weave a gesture.
Are they
There's a
casting a
pause.
spell?
They do appear to be casting a spell, but they don't say anything, and there's no like flash of magic of any kind. But their hands move as if they were casting a spell. There's about a 6-second pause after they do that before Vololazar steps forward and holds both hands out, showing 10 fingers. Honestly, I really thought I would have a lot longer to play around with you all, but I'm impressed. What was it that you all found me out with?
Honesty and trust. The honesty of people willing to come forward and admit that something doesn't seem quite right. There may have also been divine providence at play.
Looks at Hakka. Divine magic, always hard to prepare against, as the whatever you're using is always a little bit more, how you say, esoteric than traditional spy methods. I will note this down for future use. 10 questions. I'll grant you all 10 questions if you let me go. If not, I will cause problems. Esmeralda actually speaks. Go ahead.
Kazador will turn his back to the rest.
Esmeralda speaks up kind of loudly and incessant. Vololazar, what are you doing? You've been my ally for... Stop. And Esmeralda just kind of freezes and can't, seems to, almost is silenced, can't speak. Okay. Good. Whew. That would have been annoying. I'm sure we can explain that if you wish, but again, 10 questions. Oh, I'm sorry, I still look like this. And you see a smile, devilish, wicked, cross their face for a moment before they look over at Xoruk and Vex. They snap their fingers and their form begins to just flicker, shimmer, colors begin to mix and meld, and then you see Vololazar, a gallant and proud, warrior cleric that you fought alongside, with neutral washed out red, that sort of tiefling Aasimar horn situation going on, the red and gold and white sort of attire with the gold flux yellow eyes. And Xoruk in that moment, seeing the gold flux yellow eyes, it sort of clicks as their form changes to one that is both devious and sickening. A pale red cambion. Red and gold, opulent robes and rings. The eyes the exact same, gold with yellow flecks in them. Standing confident and sure, black hair slicked back. Meloloraz stands before you all.
Captain, I know this one.
He just looks to Xoruk.
Xoruk will lightly squeeze Vex's hand before walking up to Meloloraz.
Hello, old friend.
I'm sorry to say that your subtlety has been dulled as of late. You are a fool, and you will die without a second thought. Your betrayal makes no sense. We were already on our ways to hell. I know not what you want for us, and I don't care. Die in whatever means you feel fit. He's going to turn his back away.
Oh. Of course you don't know what I'm doing here, or else that would spoil the surprise. But for once, Xoruk, you have
He's going to squeeze Vex's hand again, and ignoring him, simply walk off the deck.
It's fine with me. I'm not here for you. I'm here for my sister. Brother, cousin, nephew. Looks at Zaya. Looks over at Naimana. No. I'm here for an heir. I'm here for my sibling. Hi, Vex.
They sort of give no immediate emotional reaction. Their eyes just kind of scanning.
Honestly, when I first hired Xoruk to get you out of the Dread Realms, I just thought I was using a convenient asset. I had no idea the two of you would fall for each other. Here I was dragging Esmeralda out of there to use and toy with you, and I didn't even need to.
Oh, sorry about. Sorry about the noise. Beanbag was shifting.
It's all good.
And I take it that's what all of this is then, to you?
Oh,
Something
yes,
to
it's
play with.
Oh, it's been rather fun. I've had a few hitches thrown in by these backwater bumpkins from Toril, but, nonetheless. Though I do have a bone to pick with you. Looks you up and down, Kazador. You upset my plans with the Kasigi Empire, and that I can't forgive.
Hakka puts his hand on the handle of his mace.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry that your designs on my people and my home were thwarted. By the way, you hear what happened to your underling?
Ugh, yes. Winter Glory, their name be forever lost. But nonetheless, it put you on my radar. I thought you would be easy enough to be dispatched by Xoruk and Vex, but lo and behold, no, that was not the case.
Seems
So
to be
you
a
mean
lot
to-
of incorrect assumptions, right?
Oh, that is a lot of my work, guesswork.
So you mean to tell me you're responsible for the attack on our empire?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I mean, I did not coordinate it or orchestrate it. I had honestly planned for it to be significantly more devastating to the actual people, but less like theatrical, I suppose. No, that was Radamus, whatever that Githyanki captain that is currently a foot soldier for Zariel, whatever he's up to. He's the one who actually coordinated it. But no, I did ask him.
Well, while this guy's rambling, can Hakka look to Kazador? What's Kazador like? What's Kazador's demeanor?
He's just got a perfectly flat expression. Kazador, you've known Hakka. Kazador, you've known Hakka long enough. Yeah. Hakka's getting ready to fucking swing. There's just subtle tells. Does Kazador intervene, or He holds a finger up.
10 questions, you said?
Yes. I'm telling you everything that I honestly, it just feels nice to talk about it. You know when you're planning something for so long, but you don't get to tell anyone, and then it comes out, so just all of it, you just want to explain. I've just been so excited.
By
It's been a
all
pleasure
means,
to
feel
travel
free to
alongside.
spill the beans. Now is the
Oh,
time.
I've told you as much as I feel is helpful, but no, the questions are for you all. You see, you might think that I want to be your enemy, but actually, I do genuinely want you on our side. So, any questions? Anything you want to ask?
Have you done anything to our vessel?
The vessel itself? No.
What did you cast earlier?
Ah.
He looks over at Hakka and then looks with way more intent at this guy.
Sharp eye. Contingency plan. Just in case you got a little aggressive with it. Personal favorite of mine.
I'd advise you.
Taught to me by our
elaborate.
parent. Oh, that's not how this works. See, I'm happy to answer the questions, but I was buying time. That spell that your friend noticed, it has already been cast, and I am already, I want to say, about 6 seconds away from finishing my other one.
Kazador is going to cast Globe of Invulnerability.
You cast Globe of
Rod
Invulnerability.
cast Shillelagh at the
You cast Shillelagh. Ooh, so scary. Esmeralda, guard, and Esmeralda, seemingly unable to control herself, moves up and stands protectively. He takes a step backwards. Nine more questions.
I looks to Kazador.
Said you want me to join your side. Elaborate.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, I only know certain aspects of it. Father's a bit cagey with the details sometimes.
I have a meta question
Yeah?
for my fellow players. How opposed would you all be for me to cast Zone of Truth in this moment?
Please do.
Go on.
Oh,
I just want to make sure my fellow players are consenting to it before I cast it.
I need you
Absolutely.
to understand. I need you to understand. This man just a demon, not
Yeah,
really a man.
No, understood.
This demon just admitted, like, yeah, I'm responsible for the attack on your empire.
Yeah.
Hakka is on the edge of just murder, kill, murder.
Yeah.
So
No, I got you.
You are currently, Hakka, like, face to face with Esmeralda, and Esmeralda has, like, the jaw lock sort of situation. Like, her head's almost shaking with how much she's seemingly trying to fight, but she just has, like, rapier up, ready to guard.
I
Oh yeah.
also have a once I cast, I do also have a question. In case I'm allotted one. I'm asking my fellow players. I do have a question if y'all are allowing me.
Do it, yeah.
Okay. So first and foremost, there is no pretense. There is no conversation happening. Vex kind of looks over to the rest of the party, making the assumption that they will simply and merely trust them in this decision, and they're going to cast Zone of Truth.
As you cast Zone of Truth, you move it over the group. Everyone here seemingly allows it to pass, kind of understanding what's happening to an extent, except for what's your DC?
My DC is 17.
17. Pretty sure this is a fail, but want to double check on her stats. Yeah, nope, that is absolutely a fail.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
You do feel a little bit of resistance from Naimana, actually, though it does still take hold. However, when the magic would pass over Vivolazar, aka Maloloraz, there is nothing there to make a saving throw.
Oh.
We're talking to an
Yeah.
illusion.
He cast what's it called?
Astral projection.
No,
Mislead.
mislead.
Oh,
He's somewhere on the ship, but he's
fuck.
invisible.
I'm going
Out of
to
curiosity, with blind sight, would I have been able to notice that?
How far does your blind sight extend?
10 feet.
10 feet?
Oh.
Then no, you would have had to be closer.
Damn it.
Okay.
You were saying, Saris?
the first thing Vex is going to do, having discovered this, is going to smile and go, "Oh, this just made things very interesting. You know, you don't have to hide. You could just come out." That's not a question, by the way.
Oh, very clever. Yes, Again, divine magics always find a way around our subtleties, but no, I'm preparing my exit out of here elsewhere on the ship already.
Ah.
I'm only sticking around so we can have our little banter back and forth before I leave.
I understood that is very in character for you as a coward. Understood. Once
Cowards
done,
way out
will
and all
always
that.
do,
Cowards
and that is something
live.
you have always done. That said, I do have a question.
Of course, my dear.
Vex is going to look to their former companion. You've obviously used some sort of magic here. Care to elaborate on perhaps not the nature of the enchantment?
Oh, I don't
but
mind just telling you. It's a very fun one. Gesh spells are always very effective.
There's just a nod of understanding.
She will listen to me. As long as the spell takes effect, and it is not an easy one to break. Made it so easy to join you all. Middle of a battle. Old friend showing up to save the day.
Kazador, I have the inclination here that, aside from answering questions and buying time, unless we have a means to instantly spot him on the ship, we are, I would not say it's a disadvantage, but we are looking at a person who
I know. I can cast locate creature.
Oh, that's fair enough.
The problem is they
That
could be
won't
at the
work.
exit already.
It
Yes.
is also not going to work. We have a non-detection spell on us. Most of your traditional divinations aren't going to work on me. It's why that one points at Zaya was not able to determine anything about my scrying spells. That's what they were, you son of a bitch. I could sense you somewhere on the ship, But it wasn't you. It was your goddamn sensors, wasn't it? As Zayed, steps forward angrily. Kazador, permission to draw blade.
He holds
There's
up a
no
finger.
point. This is a illusory double.
This is the devil that ordered the death of my parent.
Seems
I
this
know,
devil
fun to have
has-
you along the trip as well.
Seems this devil has had quite a bit of influence in a great deal of our lives.
Yes, I do like to pull you all together and all that. That's why I sent the missive once I found out where we were going. I looks at Marine. Did you think it was convenient an old friend showed up right when you needed the equipment? Marine just kind of frowns.
I'm breaking your toy. Greater Restoration, 9th level. On the person in
Ninth
front
level.
of me.
Esmeralda, the eyes flash with the blue magic, and she just turns with the rapier turn. That's not... No, but it's for me. Thank you.
Do we have a... Hang on. We've got a way of messaging each other over the ship, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you just focus through the ship, you can message each other.
I'm going to contact Xoruk. He's invisible somewhere on the ship. Find him and let me know when you do. The second you do.
Figured that was the case. And Xoruk will kind of connect with the Starlancer and ask the Starlancer to fly around the ship to see if anything is coming.
All right, roll a perception check. With advantage, because you're using the Starlancer. You look over at the Starlancer, and it looks at you, and then it looks up to where Vex is, and then it bows its head, allowing you to be on. 27.
Very nice.
You begin to float around the ship, searching for anything out of the ordinary. You're looking for anything coming. Are you looking away from the ship for things coming from the ship, or something happening inside the ship?
Bird's eye view of the ship, and then looking around to make sure nothing's following or we're not going towards someplace.
Mm-hmm. You fly above the ship, seeing if there's anything specifically out of the ordinary, bird's eye view. If anything is coming from the ship, nothing immediately stands out from the outside of the vessel, just looking at it. However, down the river ahead of you, you are noticing that because the Nautiloid is fairly fast, especially on aquatic areas, you notice that you are coming up, and this makes sense. You've been traveling across the Styx through various lower planes, and you know that this river is also used for travel from the abyss to the Hells. It's actually the same route that y'all are taking, and demons very often travel this route, and it does look like you're coming up on a demonic barge of some kind.
Then he'll fly back downwards to the ship for placing his hand onto the part of the ship and communicating to Kazador. Here we are, soon to approach a barge. If that thing is still talking, they're likely trying to stall for time.
We're aware.
And Xoruk will attempt to rush towards the engine room.
All right. I'm gonna just have you roll initiative, and we'll pick back up with you in a second. Is there anything else, or cutting back to the conversation on the outer deck? Does anyone ask anything else? Esmeralda takes a few final swings through the illusory Mololaraz before taking a step back and kind of walking over towards where Vex is, placing a hand on the artillery and kind of just breathing heavy. before I forget, we're finishing up some business, but I do highly recommend you use that little symbol you found. It was a rather clever pickup from you all. You need any help while you're in the Hells? A good friend of the family, looks at you again, Vex, would be happy to offer some assistance. And don't worry, Vex, she is quite loyal to any members of the family. Will have no qualms about helping you. Agnostic of myself.
Also, question above game. Are they still on the ship? Presumably.
Xoruk is looking for them. Actively.
Kazador, roll me an Arcana check. I'm not sure that's something you would know immediately.
Xoruk is looking for them actively throughout the ship right now.
Yeah.
I will roll this Arcana check.
DC 15, so you have to roll garbage to not
25.
get it. But yeah, you know the mechanics of the mislead spell and how it functions. Supposedly, it can function from just about any distance, though spells like that don't function well from other planes. And considering you're on the border of a lot of planes, it would be unlikely that they've left the ship yet.
Yeah. Using the Helm of Telepathy, because I sometimes forget I have that. That's what the mask is. And we also have the telepathic communication. Kazador, you'll hear in Hakka's voice in your head just, I could use divine intervention to keep them here. Bring them right to us. Do you wish this?
And that's helpful.
Okay, I'm casting... I'm using divine intervention. And I'm gonna use it as... You can use it as a backdoor to, like, other cleric spells and stuff. I'm gonna use Planar Binding.
Planar Binding does require the creature to be in front of you.
Shit! Fuck! God damn it! Planar Binding,
it is
range
still
60
something that
feet.
you can... Yeah, that you can try to do. It would... So it's the kind of thing where divine intervention also gets you, like, actual divine intervention. You've done some crazy shit with it. It's not outside the realm of possibilities, though you're not sure how it would function with something you don't currently know where it is or how to restrain it. So it would depend on your phrasing.
Yeah, and the thing is, I also don't have the component as well, so...
Which I think divine intervention would bypass that.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the... Like kind of how Wish is the back door to, like, every other spell list. It's divine intervention. You can just do any cleric spell as an action, basically. So... Yeah. And so now, let's just... If you can get them to within 60 feet of me, I can bind them.
I need to find them first.
All right. It would be really sus if Hakka just left, so he's not going to move.
I think we need to find them first. There's not really a better point to cut to Xoruk inside the ship. You're heading to the engine rooms, you said?
Yep.
You head to both of you pop in one, check there, pop in the other, check there. There's nothing visible in either of those rooms that you see.
Everything's operating as normal?
Seemingly, as far as you can tell. I'm going to have you roll me an investigation check with advantage due to familiarity. This is your ship, but it is more like seeing if you see or notice anything out of the ordinary. The two engine rooms seem to be as you would expect them to be. You do not notice anything out of the ordinary.
All right. Then he'll go to inspect the helm.
similar situation. The helm and the engine room are very near each other. That's all on this one deck here, deck 4. Nope. There it is. Focus ping. So it's all on this deck. So these are the engine rooms, and then this is the helm. Everything seems to be hunky-dory there, as far as you can tell.
Well, then if you can't find anything, I suppose he'll just stay in front of this door to make sure no one gets past him. And kind of speak towards Kazador. It doesn't appear they've done anything inside the engine rooms, nor the helm. Can keep trying to search the ship, but it seems unwise to leave these locations that seem safe for now unguarded. I leave the choice to you, Captain.
I can guard one room with a summon. Need to find the individual.
I'd recommend sending Marine as soon as possible towards Tom, just to be safe.
They better not steal Tom.
If Marine is in the psychic link, Kazador will see to Marine. Check on Tom.
There's also the aspect of, like, you can tell Hakka has the helmet telepathy, so you can be like, tell Marine to check on Tom. Like, you can disseminate orders that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, she does not have a wolf ring as well, but you absolutely do that.
Yep.
And she nods and without speaking, just sort of walks on, like, past the shit or past you all onto the. She passes by Xoruk, giving you like a nod of acknowledgement before heading up. You watch.
How many more questions do we have?
The Volazars, they still kind of have the hands up. They have dropped... Whether or not you've asked 3, they have dropped 3.
Okay. Just kind of to stall time, because now this is like a search. Hakka will kind of ask, "You call our mortal races backwater, and yet you have vested interest in the Kasigi and Saurian empires. Why?"
Soldiers for the Blood War, no doubt.
Well, you couldn't have said it better myself. Exactly. And the Blood War is about to get a lot bloodier, we'll say that.
Elaborate.
Well, we are a bit confused, I'll be perfectly honest. There was, according to information that we have gathered, there was supposed to be a massive influx of demons into the Hells, honestly, very recently, if not but a few days ago, if I'm being honest. We're not sure exactly why. It seemingly was planned as such, and we were preparing for it, but whatever that was to happen has been delayed. Nonetheless, we know that a wave of fiends is coming, a great shift in the planes, and we're preparing as such. When all of this finishes shaking out, Hell will end up on top, finally.
That right. This influx of demons, it wouldn't happen to have been related to follower.
Roll a persuasion and then Hakka roll an insight.
closed my sheet like a fucking idiot. Yeah. Oh, fuck, a 12.
Persuasion.
I'm out of hero points, by the way.
You know, it'd be like that. Oh wait,
Yeah.
did you start the session out?
Yeah. So I
if
do
you
get
end-
one if I have 0.
Yeah, if you end
Yeah.
a session without
One.
hero points, at the end of last session, you would have gotten one.
Because there was that bit where I fucking like, rolled an 8, gonna need another one. Rolled an 8, gonna need another one.
That's a 30.
30. Okay, with that, roll a insight as if you had advantage. So roll a second one, because with the 30 that causes more of a reaction from them than there otherwise would have been.
Is that for me or for Hakka?
Oh,
No,
well,
Hakka,
sorry.
Hakka gets a second insight check, because unless you, I mean,
Ah,
you are
15.
also welcome to roll an insight check, but I know Hakka is like specifically looking for that.
I'll roll an
It's a
insight.
15.
Do I still get the advantage?
Yeah, I
or
mean,
just
anyone-
regular?
It would still be with advantage. Anyone who's here, so Vex and Rod are also welcome to jump in and engage at any point. So if you
Brilliant.
have anything you want to insight or anything you're wanting to read,
No, I'm hearing pointing.
Rolls
as
are not
well.
great today.
I've got plenty. I'm using a hero point on.
Roddy's like not.
go ahead, Rod.
Oh wait, I have advantage still.
You still have advantage. Yeah. Go ahead, Rod.
Here we go.
Art is really confused as to everything going on, so they are just waiting there if things go south, looking around and waiting for hostilities.
That's a
Uh,
23.
Hakka,
Right.
there is, with 23 on the new insight. So as Kazador says, it wouldn't have happened to have anything to do with the following. There is, it's not super subtle, but it is a change. For the first time since they have revealed themselves, he shuts the fuck up. It's only for like 10 seconds or so. But you can tell that question caught him off guard. Kazador, you can tell that he wasn't fully aware that you knew something and here's what you get with the 23 is you almost see a look of like excitement cross his face for a moment, like somewhere between like joy. He looks at you, Kazador. He looks at you like you imagine someone looking at a really juicy steak.
Ugh.
Oh, you are clever. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you.
Perhaps cleverer than you know. I wonder
And
why
they
you're
pause.
not getting that large influence demon. Because I've got a pretty good idea. And then he grins.
Well, why don't you then And midway through the them like gesturing to like, why don't you share? And they were almost like holding their hand out towards you to like, well, go ahead. They just like stop. Like the projected image just freezes. And Xoruk upstairs, you hear a from Marine's like handgun go off.
Oh, what? Did the Wi-Fi disconnect? Hello? Hakka waves his hand in front of the face.
You're like, hello, waves the hand in front of the face, and then above you all, the two dock doors to where Tom is begin to open.
He was on Tom!
Yeah, you absolutely guessed it right. And you actually see Marine on the like little like platform beneath Tom and is like hanging on as Tom is taking off and is like
Oh,
firing
shit.
up into the thing and it's like, you son of a bitch, give me my ship back.
We're out in space and we just see Tom leaving. I think I know where the demon is. And Hawkins just starts running.
Kazador
Yeah, what do y'all do?
casts Time Stop.
Oh!
Hell yeah.
The ship beginning to exit the dock bays, Marine like hanging off the side, pointing the gun up, Hakka turning to begin running towards Vex, Xoruk, Rot, all beginning to react to the situation. And then what does the time stop look like? This is the first time that you've cast a 9th level spell.
As Kazador focuses on the being that was behind a majority of the events in his life, a majority of the tragedy of the people on this crew, he affixes that one point in his vision with such anger. His eyes go wide to the point that they are perfect spheres, and the clock hands in his iris slow. And the second they stop, the world goes gray. And Kazador,
what do you do with your time stop?
Well, first, going to see if I can...
Sorry,
You
Kazador
need to
just
roll
what? I
something,
did not
yeah.
mean to cut you off.
Well, I need to roll a d4.
Hell yeah.
I have 3 turns.
Okay. What you doing?
What am I doing indeed? How high up is Tom at this point?
Tom is just so the docking bay, the hangar as it is labeled, is on dock 2, and it is. Well, you guys are on 7, so it's actually only about 30 feet above you all.
Only 30 feet?
Yeah, like just because you guys are on the top outside deck, and the hangar, like if you were to shoot directly out from the hangar, it would only be about 30 feet above where dock 7 or where deck 7 is, where the upper ballista deck is. So yeah, it's only about 30 feet up. And they would be like literally floating. They would be like physically, I'm moving them on the map, they would be about here.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm going to hang Marine here because she's literally just like hanging onto the outside, firing upwards.
Let me see the wording on this.
I'm coming.
Yeah. Can we talk about the wording of spells above, Gabe?
No. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so with planar binding, the creature must be within range for the entire casting of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
There's
What's
nothing
casting
about
time?
sight. Well, if I use Divine Intervention, it's an action. The casting time's an hour, and I don't have the component, so I have to use Divine Intervention to planar bind this fucker.
You don't need to see him, but he needs to be within 60 feet of you?
Yeah, and that's not guaranteed because 60 feet is there. So if he's like there, I don't get him. But if he's there, then we get him. But it's a gamble.
I've got an idea. I mean, I trust you. Do you
Okay.
trust me?
I trust you, dude. Let's do it.
Okay. During the time stop, I walk over to Hakka, put my hand on his shoulder, and I dimension door both of us onto Tom.
You whoop, whoop, the two of you dimension door onto Tom, and I'm gonna copy.
That will
Is it the
end the
second
time
one?
stop, but...
Yep.
paste. Do you want to do something with one of your other turns, like cast anything else with one of your other turns before doing that?
That's a great question. Is time stop concentration? It is not. Yippee.
Yep.
I will cast. Yes. Give me a moment. I'm sorry. This is
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't think this disrupts time stop. I will cast Summon Construct onto Tom.
Alrighty.
I am going to be making a... Yes, I'm going to make a stone construct. And that goes on Tom. It's got a casting range of 90 feet, so it can easily make it onto the ship.
Alrighty.
Now, hang on. I've got a question now.
Yeah.
Is Tom a creature?
Okay, actually, I want
Old
Because
monster.
I might
to. Yeah.
I might have a different idea here.
Dude is stealing our car. Asshole.
Dude, that's my Tom.
Dude, that's my tardigrade.
Dude, where's my tardigrade?
I didn't know.
You know, they are generally considered living because they are like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and say yes, but not all creature spells always affect them equally. It kind of depends.
Okay.
So it probably will work, but do want to run it past. Don't want to just blanket say that in case there's some really weird shit.
Gotcha. Earthbind.
What?
Earthbind.
Choose one creature you can see within range. Yellow strips of magical energy loop around the creature. The target must succeed on a strength saving throw or its flying speed is reduced to 0.
You know what? Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. That absolutely would function, in my opinion. Grab something really quickly. So it's a strength saving throw, you said?
It is a strength saving throw.
Alrighty.
The one thing with Earthbind, though, it's meant to not just like stopping someone from moving while flying, but also to plummet. Wouldn't that bring Tom down?
Well, there's no gravity.
An airborne creature affected by this spell safely descends at 60 feet per second until it reaches the ground.
But no gravity? So it just stays in place? What did it?
Well, we're floating down a river.
Near the sticks, yeah. You're floating down a river currently. Like, you're not in the astral sea at the moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Nautilus is in the sticks right now, isn't it?
Yeah, you're currently... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're gonna drown Tom in sticks?
I mean, he's
I
okay.
mean, Marina said that they've literally, flown Tom to the sticks before,
Okay,
so
okay,
probably not
Yeah, he'll
that
be
big a
fine.
deal.
He'll be fine.
Okay.
He'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right. Important roll. 1d20 plus 5. That's a failure.
That's a failure.
You
Tom
watch
is affected by
as
Earthbind.
the copper and gold ribbons of magic reach up and begin to wrap around Tom.
That would actually end the time stop once the Earthbind takes hold.
All right.
Once-
As it freezes in place, basically. Go ahead.
Yeah. The rest of you all see Kazador just standing there 1 second, and then you blink, and then he's like got his hands splayed out with these long magical tendrils holding Tom onto the nautiloid. And he just turns his back. Battle stations! Do not let Tom leave! Do not let him escape!
It's gonna come down to y'all's initiative rolls. So
Yeah.
I'm going to have y'all roll initiative versus him because
18! 18!
yeah, 18,
Alrighty.
18.
Let's see.
It's so good for Hakka.
17.
I am gonna
Just-
roll his. I normally like have for the speed of stuff. I normally don't for like
24.
general combats and stuff. But for this, I absolutely think it is necessary to roll it. Okay. So be the dice.
Beanbags
So the-
in his water dish.
Hell yeah.
He's swimming.
I believe in you, Beanbag.
Mhm. I forget. Does this current version of Kazador have the initiative bonus thing? Or no?
Yes, that is a feat that I have.
Okay.
I can give my battle strategist to ally within 30 feet. Yeah, I'll give Vex advantage on initiative.
Mm-mm-mm.
Do it again.
Fucking do it again.
Do it again.
All right,
Oh.
let me swap this over real quick because now we've.
Hear me out, though. Hero
Yes.
point. Can I
Okay.
use that even with the advantage?
Yes, you can absolutely. Yeah.
Never mind. Still 17.
Well, you'd get another one. Because you're
Oh yeah,
you're
because if
odd
you use a hero
odd
point, you have
montage.
advantage. You have 2 rolls. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
okay. 19. That got you ahead of Hakka.
It did.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely did. The first person to react to the situation, a lot of the crew is not going to have, like, they're moving to battle stations, but a lot of the crew is not going to have things to assist with this kind of situation. So I am going to focus on anyone who can. Xoruk, I'm not certain your initiative will be necessary, but I'm still going to have you roll it.
Didn't I already roll it earlier?
I think you did, actually.
24. Unless you want me to reroll.
Nope. Absolutely. No, I think that makes sense to just keep the same initiative because you did act in the investigating the ship prior to them getting there where they are. It was just where you went and everything. But now we will actually go back to you. So I am going to, between Rot and Xoruk, who reacts. Xoruk, you just really quickly giving you context, you would have heard the like shooting and then the dock bays opening and then like commotion, etc. Like Tom revving up and all that.
All right. Xoruk will try to run to the helm.
Alrighty.
And would he be able to see anything through the senses of the nautiloid?
Yeah, I would say you get full visual of the situation. You see Tom leaving. You see the people on the top deck, like you see Kazador holding Tom in place with the planar binding, not planar binding, with the Earthbind spell, and you see Marine dangling off the outside. You see the situation unfolding.
Xoruk is going to try and move the nautiloid to be as underneath Tom as possible, so that if Marine falls, or anyone else falls off, or any situations with Tom, the nautiloid can hopefully catch.
Alrighty, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna have you roll dexterity and proficiency.
So for me, that would be dex save. So I'm just gonna roll that.
Yeah, just roll a dex save.
15.
15. It is you're like pulling her out of the water still, so she's still a little hard to maneuver, but you are pretty much functionally keeping at bare minimum Marine over the deck, so that if Marine falls, they would fall just into the sticks.
I think that's Xoruk's go.
All right, awesome. Rot.
Do you want to back up with Marine?
Huh?
San,
What's up?
you want to back up with
sorry.
Marine? Or...
Do I want backup with Marine? Oh, how far is she above the Nautiloid
She's
now?
dangling about 30 feet above the deck that y'all are. That
Yeah,
most
it might
everyone
be.
is on.
It might be good to make sure she's okay.
And she is like holding on to the fucking shit, like firing up at the like little thing, or the little thing, the elevator entrance that leads into it.
The Nautiloid, where is it looking towards?
It was heading straight out of the dock and was like going to rocket off because the not the Nautiloid. I was thinking of Tardigrade. The Nautiloid is just heading down the river. It has like adjusted course slightly, and the top deck is currently underneath Marine. So I will move that so it is visually representative of that. It's 'cause,
Oh,
like,
we are here.
You've kind of moved it to where it's like here, and then Marine would be hanging here.
Awesome.
It's just about 30 feet up.
Then, just give me a second to double check one thing. Is okay. Then Rod is going to be moving all the way here to the side of Marine, and as they are running, you see tendrils. They stretch out the hand with the staff as tendrils start to like whirl around, and Rod punches the ground for the good old faith, for the good old reliable bones of the earth.
Classic.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
It's just going to be. It's full.
Coffee of the earth.
This transmutation spell was brought to you by Bones Coffee.
That's right.
It's going to be 6 pillars, each one 30 feet high. So one's going to be down to Marine and giving her a platform to stand on,
Oh,
like
perfect.
right up where she is. Second one
All
for
right.
myself, and I want to put one here, one here, one here. I have up to 120 feet, so it doesn't matter. I want to lock in place the tardigrade as best as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I can, I want to place. Oh, it's not letting me draw for some reason. Hold on. Can I? Here.
Alrighty.
I want to use them to lock the tardigrade in place.
Alrighty. Roll a wisdom check, because this is it's less about like can you do this with the spell and more about how effectively you're doing it in this moment. And I think it like the DC is balanced around it just being wisdom, but roll a wisdom check.
Will do. I will be using a hero point for that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. So here. And let me try again.
There we
Much
go.
better.
Much better, much better. So you focus, and for a moment, like Earth is not really being conjured out of the Nautiloid, but the ship is traveling alongside banks of the various planes you're traveling through. And you reach out, and while it may not be planes you're familiar with, land you're familiar with, land is land, Earth is Earth. And your magic reaches out into the silt at the base of the sticks, into the rocks and stones at the edge of the river, and they pile themselves up, almost crawling up the side of the Nautiloid, and then forming pillars from that, coming from the side of the river as well. And both the Nautiloid and I think with you seeing this happen, Xoruk, and you're at manning the helm, like it would have been one of those situations where the Nautiloid came to a very sudden jolting stop, right? As the bones kind of locked everything down. But you, because you're at the helm, Xoruk, can slow the Nautiloid down in unison with the bones of the earth coming out. And so, with some deft maneuvering from Xoruk and magic from Rot, both the Nautiloid and Tom stop along the river of this, along the banks of the Styx, and are stopped in place, no longer floating towards the barge like slowly moving away from you all, thus eliminating that from potentially complicating the situation. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Rod, just with the as they go up with the pier, make sure that Marine is her feet are like steady, and Rod just looks inside. And what do they see? Because I believe I am at height with the tardigrade now.
The looking inside, you can't really see anything because there's no like windows or anything on the tardigrade. Like, it isn't open top like a lot of spelljammers are. It is actually an enclosed vessel. But with your blind sense, with your it is blind sense, right? Not tremor sense.
Blind sight, yes.
Yeah, you don't sense anything in the immediate vicinity near you. Marine, I think flavor-wise, like, we see Marine kind of holding on, and then as everything jostles to a stop, it's like the perspective of her letting go, falling, and then just like landing a couple feet down. Oh, thanks.
Are you okay?
Yeah, this fucker's taking my ship.
We're not letting that happen.
All right, awesome, amazing.
Yeah. I have one section, but I don't really have much.
Oh yeah, go ahead, go.
No, I'm just saying that I have one section, but I don't think I have much to do with it. So yeah, next, that's my turn.
We did not go into it, but when you do cast Shillelagh in a combat situation, I will get to how that functions with your new staff. But it is still active.
Okay.
But all right. Just making sure I have initiatives all down correctly. Hakka. Okay, there it is. I was just making sure. Xoruk. Rot. Vex, you're up.
Okay, so I'm looking at the situation, given what Vex can see and what Vex can do. I did have an idea of how to, I guess, support what Rod is doing, if you'll entertain me. Yeah. What if, hear me out, we use plant growth, and that'll eat up the last of that level of spell slot, but what if we use plant growth around the bones of the earth to give them additional structure?
It would absolutely make it nearly impossible to get the Nautiloid away. I will say that.
Fuck.
Cool.
Yes,
we're
guys.
doing it.
Very smart.
We're doing it.
I'm going nowhere.
Like, the rocks and stones and silt have formed these literal pillars of earth, pinning the Nautiloid to pinning the tardigrade to the Nautiloid, and with Xoruk holding the ship up, the Nautiloid and the tardigrade stop, and Vex rushing up, you pump your holy divine magic. The not just holy divine, your ancient magic, your connection to nature and life itself. And from these stones of dead lower planes, life springs forth. And what do these vines look like?
I don't expect them to have mechanical value here, but for flavor, these are thorny. Yeah. These are not like soft, like cushiony. These are thorny brambles that are scaling up along these pillars, like crawling up them like earth overtakes architecture, like literally nature itself coming to claim its due.
And they wrap around the tardigrade, firmly securing it in place. Hakka.
Is there any way I can get...
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. Describe.
I was going to say, you and Vivolizar rolled the exact same initiative. And while they have higher decks, that is less fun than you and I playing rollies.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a d20,
so just a d20.
and you roll a d20, and we're going to put
13,
it in.
beat a 13.
Gets higher,
Okay. Well, how about that?
Let's fucking go. You're
Well,
first.
what do you know?
By one.
So, is there any way to get inside Tom from where Hawk
so
is at
currently,
right now?
Marine. So this is actually the thing that Marine was able to do before Tom took off and kind of forced the early takeoff, because of the order that y'all gave. Marine has activated the platform that lowers from Tom, and it is currently lowered. So there is the small little hatch on the bottom of Tom that is currently open, and the platform has lowered. It is dangling over the sticks currently, but it is there.
The thing is, even with 30 feet of movement, I can't, I would have to dash. But I could get in there. But that would basically be I would have to bank on next round he doesn't do anything to me. Oh, God. You know what? Let me get as close as I can to the tardigrade. I'm trying not to meta, but this does get within range of planar binding.
Logically, you're pretty sure, because it's only 30 feet up, right? And it's 50 feet ahead of you, you're pretty sure. And you can also, if you'd rather move towards the head, where you think he's likely piloting. There are two places he could be. It could be, and we know where he is visibly because we can see him. But he could be in the engine room, or he could be piloting. And I think Hakka's smart enough to logically come to the conclusion if he's pulling the ship out of it, he's probably piloting.
Yep. All right. Hakka's gonna get as close as to where he thinks he is, and Divine Intervention, spending a hero point so it fucking works, because with Hakka's mace it does. And I'm casting Planar Binding at 9th level.
At 9th level.
Which means we have him for a year and a day, ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty. I am going to say that there is very active resistance that immediately happens, because it is a saving throw.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah.
It is a saving throw. So, normally with a divine intervention like this, I would forego the saving throw. But this individual will use a legendary resistance to forego the saving throw, and I'm going to allow them a saving throw.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
That's fair. That's
Not yet.
All right.
What's
Fair
the
enough.
balance?
Disadvantage.
If he has advantage, no, he doesn't.
It would have advantage, yeah. All right. What's
now? It's fair.
It is a
19.
It's a
It's a 19
saving throw. DC 19. Now, Hakka, I will let you make the choice. Do you want me to roll this privately and then describe what happens, or do you want me to roll it publicly? It's your spell. It's your big moment. I will let you pick.
I think for critical stuff like this, and it also means I get to be mad at roll 20 if they roll high. So I do think maybe publicly will be
All right.
will be the fun way to go. So
It's gonna have to. I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to roll low still.
Pretty low. If I'm pretty sure if they roll a 10 or higher, they're gone. So
it's better than that.
Okay. Let's see it. This still eats up the divine intervention. This still eats up the hero point. I do not care.
Slightly weakened stat block from this, because they have a slightly altered base stat block.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay, that figures. Damn.
Yeah, like I said,
Right,
they have a very high. I will say this for you, Hakka. the spell does not immediately drop. I will allow you to continue trying to use it as long as y'all are able to keep him here.
Okay.
Like, you are basically, I think it makes sense. You are like attempting to bind. You are still attempting to gather the magic. It is with a divine intervention.
I just want to
if
say
he gets
that
away,
what
he
this
gets away. But yeah.
Yeah. What this looks like is literally Ghost from the River Styx are transforming into chains, and they're trying to probe this fucking tardigrade. As Hakka is just divinely, like, glowing this turquoise bright color. And yeah,
right.
that's it. Sometimes the dice don't agree with you. It's all good.
It happens. So,
12.
Hakka, with your perception, you would see the hatch on the front of the nautiloid open up, and Vivolazar kind of like look around and look at you all on there, and then move over to this side. And we hadn't established exactly how far away they were, but I think for like using the shore and using the stones and everything, I would. And I'd like consent from y'all, because I don't want to just have an enemy get away and they wouldn't immediately get away. But do you all think, and it makes sense for the shores, like of the Styx near you, like the banks, to be within 120 feet?
I say it's your call.
Let's see.
I think it makes sense, personally.
Yeah, so that's, I'm just measuring it out for my own sake. So that's 120 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So like
We would have been sailing pretty close to the shore.
Yeah, so the beach is like right there essentially. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Depends on how wide you all feel would be appropriate, because it would be, because the ship is like, we've spread it out in such a way that it is. We're seeing all of the decks at once, but it is functionally like that far away from the side of the vessel.
You know, I'd kind of like to imagine like the river Styx is like as wide as this map, maybe, and that kind of comes out to like 100, like
width,
like 120. So I'm like, I don't know.
I am gonna. Okay, yeah. It really depends. Like, rivers can vary a ton.
Yeah.
I am gonna do this, but it is partially because I feel like cinematically it makes sense, and it is not like they get away. They like look out at you all. They move to the other side, and they're going to use their action to use not a spell, but their fiendish teleport. And they are going to teleport 120 feet to the bank. And you all watch as they just start running. Like, they literally just start running.
Yeah.
They use the rest of their movement to just start booking it into the wastes of whatever plane they just teleported onto the side of.
We got a runner!
So, like, there is still absolutely methods to pursue, but they have just abandoned the exit that they had planned with Tom and everything, and are booking it into a random plane. I am actually going to roll on the list of planes that you guys are traveling alongside to see which one that they end up in.
Motherfuckers are confident until
that is what they do.
Motherfuckers are confident until you hit them with the time stop.
Real though, but it is like just fucking running. All right. That is going to bring us to Kazador.
He's 120 feet away on the shore. Huh?
Yeah, they moved, I think, the rest of their movement, so they are functionally 140 feet away total.
Kazador will look to the rest of the group. He'll begin slowly walking over to Vex. And he'll say, "We are the payload." And he will hold a hand out for Vex.
They grin. and they take his hand.
I will dimension door both of us in front of him.
Oh yeah! Let's go!
As the two of you
500
just
feet.
appear in front of him.
Now. That wasn't part of our deal.
They just grimace almost, like they grit their teeth, fangs almost bare, just...
Oh, and look how close we are to the shore. Well, from here, I think you've got a choice. 2 choices, to be exact. Submit yourself to our custody willingly. And he points to the sticks. Or start walking.
Roll an intimidation check.
Yeah, this is intimidation. We're not fucking
Yeah,
around.
absolutely. There's no fucking question. With advantage, because Vex.
That's a 30.
Good fuck.
They take a step back. They look at Vex. They are absolutely going to try this because it makes sense for them. But that is a success. Fucking DC 27 on that one, still a success.
Jesus.
I the way I do intimidation is I roll wisdom saving throws against it.
Yeah.
Is very often how I do that, and so they're rolling really high, but not high enough. And they take a step back and they look at Vex. Come on, oh come on, we're siblings. You just help me with this. I will get you directly into the courts. Directly, we'll bypass all the bullshit. I swear. Just help me get away from him.
Oh,
Do I have
wow, that's
time
really
slash
cool. Go for
Yeah, you have time. You have time.
Do I have a chance to speak? Because I know we're still in initiative.
Yeah, I will say, yeah, we're in initiative, but it is very narrative initiative at the moment.
I'm all
Okay,
for like
well-
anime combat where like sometimes they just got to talk things out for a second, but and then they
Because,
go back to
well,
punching. So yeah.
Because here's the thing. I do want to say something. I also want to put this hammer in his face. So.
Go off, queen.
On that intimidation, he's already rolled the intimidation. But when he's sitting there
Fucking
like,
kill
"Come
him,
on,
King.
you know, we're sibling. You know, he's groveling, right?
Ostensibly, yeah. They haven't dropped to a knee yet, but they are
but like we're
absolutely
nearly
like
sniveling.
begging
We'll call
you
it
at this
sniveling.
moment. Yeah, sniveling is a
Sniveling.
good term for it. Yeah.
He's sniveling. And Vex turns around and goes, "That's really funny. Last time I checked, I didn't have any siblings. Oh, and you owe me a great deal. This is not the first time we've crossed blades. I pray for you that it's our last."
Everything I was doing with you and Xoruk, it's all been for establishing you. I promise I'm not. And they're like taking a couple steps backwards, etc. Vex, you would have a turn before then.
Hell yeah, I would have a turn. All in favor of hammer, please say aye.
I.
Aye.
So, if I can stop choking on my own spit, I'm so sorry.
Now, listen, we could talk about this. It really
So-
doesn't have to be that big of a deal. We're not too far from the plane that we come from.
So, Leah, I was wrong in my math.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out I have 1 third level spell left.
All right.
Shit.
Bonus
I mean, you would have had
action.
some rests, but yeah.
No, because I've used them. The thing is, I've used them.
You use the second on truth and then third on plant growth.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have 1 left.
Yeah, I have 1 left. So, bonus action, blinding smite.
All right.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat this.
if Roll20 will let me hammer.
Oh, it's coming.
Fire the 12 gauge non-lethally.
32
Oh my
natural
God,
20.
when
It's a
dice
natural
tell
20.
stories.
Poetic.
When dice tell
Oh
stories.
my god.
Oh yeah.
Divine bonk!
Can I also
We
pump
tried
an
to be
additional
diplomatic about
smite
this.
into this?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. And both the
Amazing.
blinding and the divine will crit.
There's gonna be a lot of dice.
So let's start with damage.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat this.
Vespers thrower.
All right. There's 1. And now we have to include just double checking what dice I'm rolling. I believe it's an 8. You'd think I would know this by now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
there we go.
Zan,
There we go.
Zan,
Yep,
I
yep,
love
yep.
you.
We are going to
So that's
beat
gonna
you to
be-
death.
That is going to be an extra. So that's going to be 3 because I'm going to go ahead and put my last second level into this. So that's going to
So
be
last
3.
second level, so that's going to be an additional, so it'd be 2d8, 3d8, 4d8. So it's going to be 8d8 from that, plus 6d8 from Blinding Smite, plus another d8 of force damage because it didn't crit for some reason. So that is going to be a total of 15d8 that you are adding to the
15d8?
already 15d8 that you are adding to the 22 damage you currently have.
Okay, cool. So let me go ahead
Oh.
and.
There's not gonna be anything left for me to bind.
11.
That's 68. And that, oh my god.
I mean, you can still glue it together. That's a kind of binding, right?
70?
So we currently have 22 plus so that's 50, so that's 72, 92 points of damage from this.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. And
Please, we can talk about this. We're brother, we're sister.
It doesn't one shot, but it is scary close to one shotting them.
Yeah.
As they go from, so it's just please, just we can't. As they like collapse immediately from the hammer blow, hit the ground, blood sprays. You hear the crack of the jaw, teeth go scattering across the stonework. They immediately drop to knees. Kazador, just flavor-wise, you see them try to cast a spell, likely some sort of invisibility spell, and just counterspell it out of existence. Just poof, as barely any effort is needed from it.
Do regret to inform you that I do still need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
DC 17.
Unfortunate success on that.
Hey,
Not
probably
blinded, but
looked. It
I think
probably
he
looked
wished he was
really cool.
blinded.
Yeah. Here's the thing about paladins with turns at this level. I still have another action. I still have another attack.
Yeah, you have a
to
second.
be
As I say, you have a second
specific.
attack.
Oh yeah, you have a second
Yeah,
attack.
Yeah, yeah. So, Vex is gonna look at Kazador and go, like, kind of toss their hammer in their hand, look at Kazador and go, Kazador, permission to go lethal.
He looks around. He'll just end up in the hells after a while, but given what happened to his underling, perhaps that's a suitable fate for failure.
Looks up at the two of you. Blood is pooling in the mouth and dripping out of it. They're like holding their hand up to their currently shattered jaw.
Not to meta, just Hakka did say he could bind him.
But
That's-
also crime of
that's-
passion.
Yeah, fair.
That's why I asked. This is why I
Murder.
asked.
Murder.
And you don't. To be fair, Thero, I could hit and it not fully take him out.
You could.
That's true.
We don't know how much health is left over.
You know what? Send this guy back to hell.
Okay.
You're going to hell.
We'll be seeing you soon.
30.
30 hits, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bonk.
That if we were in Pathfinder, that would crit.
With another additional 21.
Any smite on the second one?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's go,
Sure,
let's go.
why not?
Oh my god.
Okay, that is just they had 30 HP left.
Yeah, that'll do.
So with 28, 38, 40 damage, you you 3-5 kill them, 10 over their HP.
Ooh.
As what does it look like? They're looking up at you. They're trying to speak, but it's just gurgling of blood at this point. How do you just obliterate this pathetic mewing devil?
So, girl bossing a little bit.
Mhm.
Vex is going to look to Kazador, nod after getting permission, look to Malolaraz, look at their nails, and then without actually even looking at him, clock underwards. Like decapitation, head going flying.
The head snaps backwards. There's the tearing of the trachea and the skin on the neck, a ripping, wrenching sound as the head flips backwards, hits the ground with a meaty smack. And before the body even finishes collapsing to the ground, it is already melting into it is a devil, not a demon, so it doesn't melt into demon ichor. The body is already catching on fire and turning to ash and flame. And that is where we're gonna take a quick break because I gotta fucking go to the bathroom.
Alrighty.
Fucking well done, y'all. Well done. Hell yeah.
Imposter was thrown out the airlock.
And I am officially out of spells.
We used, 2 level 9 spells slots?
And a divine intervention. But that's
Fuck that guy.
kill that guy.
Hey, you, shoot that guy. Never seen Fury, but seems interesting. Well, folks. I'll take us to the BRB screen. Hope you're having as much fun as we are. This
Golly.
is a very narratively satisfying sequence here. With the dice lining up perfectly with everything.
God.
That's the first time I've ever
On one
cast
hand,
Time
it-
Stop.
On one hand, it would have
That was
been
a
nice
good
to bind
play.
him. On one hand, it would have been nice to bind him. On the other hand, 99 or 92 damage Vesper's thrower.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Golly.
keeping them around would be more trouble than anything because we
Yeah.
have.
Well, at
we
the,
would,
well, at the level it would have been casted at, we would have had like control of him for like a year.
I mean, but that is binding. It's not control over the guy. Like he can still be annoying or try to run
Yeah.
away.
Well,
So no,
I could just give him. I
honestly-
could just give him the direction: stand here and do nothing, and they're bound to do it.
But no, killing it right here and now, it's like for one easier, and the fact that because it's the devil, it's going to reform, but in a lesser form. Like you are humiliating him even more by killing it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Also
move
sending
it.
a message to...
Hear me out. See, hear
Yeah.
me out, Thero. Hear me out.
Mhm.
We
Yeah,
humiliate him.
yeah.
We send him back. He has to deal with his higher-ups. He gets sent out again.
Yeah, he has to
for
tell
his
everybody.
failure.
He has to tell everybody about what happened.
Right, and then hear me out. He gets sent back for making up for his failure, and then you can bind him, and he has a lesser ability to defend against it. Long play.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm smelling what you're cooking.
Conversely, we just keep killing it until it becomes a lemure.
Put him in your pocket. Make him so small, put him in your pocket.
What the fuck? Whoa.
Thank you, Thero, for giving me permission.
Oh, you don't need permission for me to do whatever. You can do what you want.
Listen.
Killing is
You
free.
had a
They
plan.
can't stop you.
Listen, you had a plan. I appreciate you allowing me to mess up your plan.
Got my plans.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad? Like, I don't care.
I've made something.
Oh?
You made something?
Yes. Allow me to show you. I'll put it in chilling chats.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
Yeah! Oh my god.
Whoa, Vespers thrower be Panye.
That's a stream announcement image if I've ever seen one.
Hell
I was gonna say
yeah.
permission to use.
Absolutely, go for it.
Thank you.
Also going to have to save the "we are going to beat you to death."
It's good. It's
Oh.
so good.
I return.
Welcome back.
Webba.
Yay.
Nobody expects the fucking earthbind pillars of the earth entangling roots combo.
That shit was nasty.
But that's
Listen.
our... That's our ship. That's our Tom.
I like to imagine while all that was happening on the shore, Rot helps Marine get into the ship, and they start pulling it back in. I'm gonna start resetting everything.
Ron just looks at Marine. We are going to have to break those. I am afraid.
No. Somebody get a hammer and chisel.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, the pillars are not once cast; they are a fixed object. they have
the stone construct comes out for that Kazador summon that starts breaking it for you guys. And I will just functionally, for the sake of logistics, I think Xoruk pulls the ship to the side of the bank, and you all can get back aboard.
Yeah. I'm going to grab a sody pop.
And so we will when we come back, we will absolutely, when we come back, we will rejoin everyone on the
I'm
top
back.
deck.
Webba.
Hello.
Someone came to my door. They were canvassing to be the next mayor of my town.
Oh. Are they worth it?
They're going door to door?
Yeah, by themselves even. But yeah, they seem like good people.
Alright. That's pretty... That's pretty bold. Good for them.
They commented they liked the pride flags we had outside, so...
Okay. I'm hearing Connor talking to his dog.
Oh, I
just saw the
this is for
stream.
you, Pharaoh.
What's up?
As you were such a good sport and so supportive of someone doing something counter to your plans, you get a hero point.
Okay.
I like when my players are supportive of each other, and that's a good example of it. So I want to reward it.
It's good. Sometimes, when I was a little kindergartner playing soccer, I learned sometimes you lose, and it's okay. It's about having fun. I also didn't like soccer. I learned early on I didn't like sports. I like video games.
And say that I think it's the first time I've used a hero point so far. I have 9. Like I had
Jesus.
10.
Oh yeah.
It's just I always forget I have them, or like when I have to roll, I either do well enough or it's not pivotal for me to feel like I need to use them. This one was a big one, so it's like, yeah, no, I have to use one, but I have 9 stocked.
Well, at least you can pump them into your staff now.
Ooh.
Just don't pump your staff on stream.
Listen, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I have no control over that. Sometimes you have to bump it. It can't even be a life or death situation.
I'm so scared right now.
Okay, that is
We're in
an
danger.
actual thing that certain animals do.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here.
Don't terrify me. I'll come.
That scene from Golden Kamuy. You know the one.
That entire show is a vibe.
That entire show is insane. It's also just damn good.
Yeah.
I'm back though.
We're back.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyone need
What Pepsi you got?
more time, or is someone not here?
Oh, what soda you got?
Got cola.
Cola. I also made myself a cola.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, but you got the syrup.
Yes. And a CO2 machine, so I made a cola nut mixed with Georgia peach.
Oh man, that sounds...
It's so tasty. I'm fucking spoiled.
I'm literally gripping my chair with jealousy right now.
Oh.
Crushes soda can while full.
Whenever you come over, we'll trade the wine you make, which is way harder to make, and I'll make you whatever sodas you want.
Hell yes, absolutely. I accept this deal. I'll have to find peaches and make some Georgia peach wine.
Yummer.
It is my favorite flavor.
Are we missing anyone else?
Do we have a Ceres?
I miss you, Connor.
It's muted. Oh.
I think we're missing a Ceres. Otherwise, we're good.
Nope. We're here.
Oh no, Ceres is here. I think I just
There is.
didn't hear you. All right. Well, in that
There it
Yeah.
is. It's just part of the point. I don't know why I pointed.
There is. Where is? There is. We have we see Kazador and Vex walking towards the shore where the Tom and Nautiloid slowly pull up next to it. Xoruk leading the ship and the stone construct, as well as Rot and Marine helping break Tom out of the bindings that were holding it in place. The Nautiloid with Tom in tow has resettled and parked its way along the shore, allowing Kazador and Vex to get in. Vex, as you're walking past the body of Malolaraz, you do notice that while it burns and it turns to ash and sulfur, there are a few things left amongst the remains that did not burn up.
Naturally, I'm going to investigate.
There is the basic stuff that you would expect. Some of the clothing, which is now singed and smells like sulfur, but not all of the clothing burnt up. That is not, part of the devil, so that does not go in the same capacity. But there are a few other items amongst it. There is a necklace, a small, what looks like and what he was using as a faux prayer book, which as you flick open, you realize has a bunch of divine scrolls in it, which was how he was pretending to be a cleric. The last thing you find is a piece of that puzzle that you put together. It seems he took a piece and was trying to abscond with it.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Which directly contradicts with him telling you to use it. And so you kind of put together that was a taunt, that after he got away, he was like, oh yeah, you go to use it, and you can't because he took the piece.
Well, naturally, I'm going to pocket the piece, first off. Second, you said it is a fake prayer book of divine scrolls?
Yes, it is a prayer book of divine. It looks like a prayer book to Pelor, the god of the sun, but it is in fact just like a Pelor symbol that's been attached to the leather on the outside of just a bunch of bound scrolls that have been placed into a book together. It's well put together. It's very clear why it passed for you all, but every time they cast a spell, I describe them opening the book, reading from one of the pages, and one of the pages burning up. And you're kind of putting together that, oh yeah, it was all part of the farce.
Mm-hmm. Question,
yeah,
are there
has a bunch
any
of them.
scrolls left?
Yeah, quite a few actually. I will put that together, and I will send you the list of them. There quite a lot. You caught him relatively early on in the journey. Most of the low level healing spells are gone, but there's still a bunch of utility spells left.
Sure.
So I will get that to you at the end of session.
And then you said he's got a necklace. Is there any identifying features to this necklace that I should be...
There is, in fact. There is... on the necklace, it appears to be hanging from the necklace, is a coin, actually. It looks... You would know that the coin... You would recognize what a soul coin is. I think you've been in the plains long enough to recognize what a soul coin is. This looks like a soul coin. It is not a soul coin, but it is made to look like one. Probably a piece of memorabilia or a medallion or something like that. Burned onto the coin is two things. It kind of flips from one side to the other. On one side is, those circular maze patterns that are printed on things, like the old one where there's the spot in the center that's like an open circle, and then the like maze that leads outwards. On one side of the coin is that, and on the other side of the coin are two horns with a sword down the middle.
History check on that symbol?
Yes, yeah, it would be a history check or a planes check.
Remind me what planes is. Is that
Planes is
wisdom?
intelligence, and I believe we
Intelligence.
decided that Vex is proficient.
Yes. Which it's basically the exact same thing as a history check. So
Yeah, which is fine.
I'm gonna
They get you different
roll-
information, so tell me which one you're rolling.
I'm gonna roll it mechanically as a history check, but it's gonna be a planes check.
Got it. So physics,
makes
like it
sense.
looks like history, but you are rolling a planes. Got it, perfect.
Yes. Just they're the same stat. That's
Yeah,
fine.
no, they're the same modifier. I get it. It's just they do get you different things, so it just
22.
depends on which one you're rolling. 22. So with a planes check, what you're able to determine from this is because there's not a ton of history that exists about this place outside of where it's from, but you are able to determine what the place is based on your knowledge of the planes. There are a few different places in Hell where a maze is featured, where mazes exist in various levels of the planes. There's supposedly of Hell specifically, also known as Beator. There is a maze in the section that is known as Beator. There are a couple mazes scattered across Avernus, but they're mostly dilapidated. There is, you've heard of a maze of ice existing in Levistus, as well as the ocean beneath of Levistus is also described as a maze. But there's only one place that uses a maze as a symbol, and that is the Iron City, the City of Pain, or the Endless City, the City of Dis.
Yeah, it tracks.
The other side is the part that's a little bit more interesting. The two small horns with the sword splitting down the middle. That is not what's usually on the back of a coin like this. What's normally on the back of a coin that features Dispater, or that features the City of Dis, is Dispater, or the symbol of Dispater, which is specifically an iron tower. A large tower is usually depicted. Two small horns and a sword. That's the symbol of Tixdixl.
Gotcha. Double checking my notes here really quickly. There's a lot of them. So I feel like I have a question in here, but I want to double check something really quick. So I apologize for taking a second.
Of course, yeah.
All good.
Interesting. Okay. So, aside from what we have already discussed, which I have in my notes that we talked about way before even the session 0 happened, Leah, is there anything else at this point that I probably would think of or would come to mind with that specific knowledge? I have in here that at one point he was an archduke, or that he was a duke or an archduke of Dis.
Tixdixl is a complicated figure that would take a separate role to know more about specifically, because it was more recognizing and that kind of thing. So it'd be how much you know about, because you did a lot of research into devil lords and that kind of thing to try to find information. But so it's kind of representing how much you actually learned about Tixdixl during that.
Would this be history?
Yes, I think this makes more sense as history, especially with how Tixdixl functions.
11. This actually
11.
makes a lot of sense.
And this actually does make a lot of sense. Tixdixl is master of illusions, lies, and like that is pretty much all that is ever learned outside of the Hells about Tixdixl. He's a master of illusion, lies, deceit. At some point they were considered an archdevil or an archduke of Dis, and you know that there is some funkiness between Dispater and Tixdixl as for who actually is in charge of Dis. And so, depending on the devil you talk to, you might get different answers for who the archdevil is of that plane.
Got it. Well, it certainly seems that we have a connecting piece here. And this might be a hunch. It might be a very strong hunch, perhaps an assumption too bold. But I have reason to believe we might not only have discovered an allegiance, but also an origin location. And this is said out loud to the group. I have reason to believe, based on the paraphernalia still intact, that our interceptor appears to hail from the city of Dis. Looks like our destination was also his. So perhaps this won't be the last time we cross blades.
Perhaps not.
I'm counting on it.
That will have to fall to him. But he knows now.
Quite. Though, there's one thing that I think this also tells us that we might be able to expect. Again, perhaps it's an assumption. There is, like I said, cue to a possible allegiance. With our knowledge of Dis being what it is, there are multiple vying powers between the archdukes. Vex will hold up the coin. This symbol, with two horns, is Tixdixl, one of the, shall we say, dukes vying for power. And if this is any indicator of an allegiance, then we not only know of whom he serves, but also who he has, I suppose, in a word, competition with. I have...
Curious.
You first.
Curious about earlier he mentioned a large influx of demon into the Blood War. Why would devils?
Perhaps to lead them into some sort of trap, maybe.
What would have happened if I had used that spell scroll? The one the follower had. It seemed like the
Xoruk's here
follower
now.
and...
I didn't realize Xoruk was here now.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there was. I think maybe you were away during the break when I described, the logistics of pulling back on the side of the ship. But yes, the intention was for everyone to meet back up. Would you not? Would you not have come out to meet with the group?
He would have tried to.
My bad.
stop the ship from sailing, considering we saw a barge ahead?
Oh, yeah, that had already happened with you doing that, as well as the spells that were happened. But yeah, we can functionally say it would you have stopped the movement of the Nautiloid, and we'll say Ina and Nat have taken over for you at the helm, so you can meet with the group.
Apologies, Connor, didn't mean to interrupt.
All good. But we were talking about the demons. Yeah.
You were talking
Yeah,
about
and-
using the scroll from the follower.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder what would have happened if I had used that scroll. The longer time goes on, the more I'm thinking it was a good idea. Destroyed it. What exactly is happening here?
I think. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Just seems to me that a lot of people want to make big moves, but no one wants to be the one pulling the trigger. I don't get why.
I thought
I've reason
exactly.
I have reason to suspect it may not necessarily be a ton of fingers in the pot. Kazador, did you get a good look at the follower?
Decent enough. Why?
The City of Pain. Dis. The Lady of Pain. Sigil. I might be extrapolating a little bit. Pain for pain, there's a common thread there. And if they're talking about trying to connect with anybody of a devilish sort of heritage, I have to wonder what sort of person, if we know, is the follower.
He projects an air of benevolence. There is something sinister hiding under. I saw a glimpse of it when I burned that scroll. I think that was the last thing that affected me.
Perhaps.
But you're asking something else, aren't
I am. Did you get a look of who he is? I mean, I've only seen him with the mask.
I did see him without the mask in
Did
private.
take the
didn't I?
mask off in front of you, yeah.
Forget what the name of the specific type of he is a demon.
Castigar demon. Castigar. That is what he appeared to be, yes.
My knowledge of devils is quite vast, although my knowledge of demons is limited. I do recognize what the follower actually is.
Would you mind? Above game, does Vex need to do a history check on that?
I mean, if you do a planes check, you would get you would potentially, depending on the role, get some information on them. And anyone is allowed to do that. Anyone is allowed
Cool.
to make
Again,
a planes check about that.
gonna read. It's gonna read as a history. This is planes.
Oh my god.
11.
Are we all proficient in planes, or?
I think we kind of decided who would be proficient in planes. So I think Hakka is not proficient. I
Damn.
think we decided you can still roll, but it is just the flat intelligence. You don't get any.
Yeah, even the flat intelligence, that's why I did. It was still 22. Jesus Christ.
For you, Rod, I honestly think we decided that you weren't proficient, but I would absolutely allow you to claim otherwise if you feel like it makes sense for Rot.
No.
I think we decided. I think we decided Xoruk has expertise, and Kazador is also proficient.
Hakka will die. Let him have it.
Well, not 20.
It's fine.
Let's go, Rob.
To be fair, in the case of demons, it makes sense because
it makes some sense, yeah.
Plaguemore touched the abyss.
Is that it for rules? Just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. In that case, the 11 for Saris. Castigar Demon does not particularly ring a bell. Sounds like a type of powerful demon of
That makes
some
sense.
sort.
Makes
With
sense.
a 22 non-natural 20, and I'll give you two different information. Hakka, I'm gonna give you like the logistical information because it would make sense to like for you to know that. And Rot, I'm gonna give you like more personal information about how they behave. Castigar demons are right on the borderline of what are considered Tanari, or the most powerful types of the most powerful types of demons that exist. So up there along with Maralith and with Pit Fiend, I believe. Actually, is Pit Fiend or Balor? Which one's the demon? Which one's the devil? Pit Fiend's the devil. Balor's the demon.
Yeah.
Is it the other way around?
Pit Fiend
Yeah.
is a devil.
Yeah. So Balor's, Maralith, things like that. Castigar slightly lower on the rung than some of the others, but is in that same sort of category of very powerful demon with deep connections to the abyss. You would know them to be old as a type of demon. Like there are stories of them that have been passed down from the ancestors for very long periods of time. So like the first demon wars and everything like that. You would know that they are becoming less and less common. Most demons are born out of a specific type of sin or vice or behavior or groups or sets of behavior. Castigar demons have slowly, just due to like social change or that kind of thing, they're less common. There are less of them now. With a 20, natural 20, right? You have interacted with Castigar demons. The one thing that really, really strikes you as odd about the follower and how they operate is Castigar demons are famously and notoriously solitary. They are wicked, sadistic hunters of some kind, usually to the point where other demons don't like working with them because they will just find ways to trap the demons that they're working with and then and then essentially consume them with terror and despair before literally consuming them. There is the occasion where they act as like prison wardens and fugitive hunters and that kind of thing, like where they are the sort of gatekeepers to the abyss in some way, where things that try to escape from the abyss they bring back. Sometimes on the behest of something, but also sometimes out of almost a like instinctual desire to do so. I would say that is probably one of the ones you interacted with, is a Castigar coming through Plaguemort to find someone trying to escape and drag them back. Finding a Castigar, that is operating functionally well in a group, and B, that is not in the abyss, is very odd, very strange on both accounts. Neither of which really, besides the physicality described, neither of which really match up to your knowledge or awareness of how Castigar behave.
Well, at the mention of the follower being a Castigar, Rod would convey all of that to the rest of the party.
So, I have a theory.
Go on.
They're talking about this blood war getting bloodier. If our follower happens to be a demon, I have reason to suspect. Well, perhaps it's a bold assumption, but I have reason to suspect that perhaps this gathering of the following, in a sense, could be leading up to whatever this movement is, one side versus the other. We had reason to suspect that the following didn't actually have anything to do with the Lady of Pain. Perhaps let's, for example, take that, say it's true. If it is true, then they have to have a different motive. Well, that's a motive. And of course, if they're going to expand their efforts on both sides, they're going to need people. They're going to need people on their side between alliances and also, dare I say it, cannon fodder. Perhaps it's not necessarily there are so many big people, big things at play, so many fingers in the pot. Perhaps what we're looking at is two sides of the same coin. And as they say that, they flick the coin in the air and catch it. Leah, is it heads or tails?
I have a coin right in front of me. Let me flip that bitch. Heads would be the horn, tails would be the maze. Heads, horn.
Amazing.
Most concerning.
Perhaps we may want to keep considerations for further down the line. I think Xoruk mentioned that there is a barge ahead.
Yes, I believe we've stopped our reversing of the Styx for now.
I wasn't certain what was ahead, but it seemed wise, all things that was happening, to the least pull anchor for a moment.
I agree. Erring on the side of caution right now. Best.
We have extended
is,
much of our... Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. The question is, don't we need to keep moving forward regardless? We are on course to make it to the Hells, and, well, we only have one way, which is ahead.
True, but we have expended much in resources already.
It's also not entirely true. I was waiting till we got a little bit further ahead. Maureen kind of says, walking up. She was over on the side of the top deck, and she was comforting Zaya before making her way over towards the group. There's actually a split coming up. We're probably going to have to deal with a demon or two of some kind. It's a split in the waters where there's usually some sort of fiendish encampment, but we're going to have to make a choice. There's a small tributary that leads down well, honestly, it's the safest part of the river, but it's dangerous for different reasons. There's a whole mess of Styx dragons down that tributary, and it also passes by the manor of Igwilv. I don't know if you're familiar, but the Witch of Prismere is not something to be messed with and doesn't really like people passing by her front lawn. The other option is heading down the main road, the main pathway, or I guess the main river, and we're gonna pass demons. The waters are rougher. They've been disturbed by devils over the years to cause demon barges to crash, and there will probably be 1 or 2 demon barges we'll either have to fight or make some sort of, deal with, or convince them not to leave us, or to convince them to leave us alone and not cause us trouble. So, kind of depends on which method you want to take. But, Xoruk, thanks to your quick thinking and taking hold of the helm, we managed to avoid whatever that barge was while we were dealing with whatever this was.
He'll nod and walk over towards Kazador and Vex. We have been ambushed at almost every turn. Despite our limited time and service together, the enemy has gotten better of us many times, both in deception and attack. I do not know what lies ahead in either path of the river, and I do not fully know what is going on here. But I trust your judgment, Captain, and will follow you to the end. As for you, Vex, he kind of offers his hands out to hold.
They will take them.
Kazador looks down and looks back up at both of you.
Yeah, that's right. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah!
You have ended a great pain in my heart. And though it stings to know that my inaction allowed them to further do damage, there is a joy that belongs solely to you, Vex, that it is ended. And he will motion him for a hug.
Yeah, they will absolutely hug him. I think on that note, when the hug ends, they actually will take the necklace and they will hold it out to you, Xoruk. I think for all the pain that you've gone through, understanding that you now have the upper hand, I think you should have this.
What is this?
This was found on his body when I took the head off of Malola Raz. This was left in the ashes. Some sort of necklace, a coin from Dis.
He'll bow honorifically, taking it with both hands out of respect, before raising from the bow and looking towards Kazador. Do you believe it cursed?
Blinks and shakes his head a couple of times. Yes. No, that is to say.
I'm gonna say, You think it's cursed? Yes. Oh, wait, no.
Yes, but actually no.
Hakka inexplicably just has popcorn.
I have this mental image, so like if we're talking, I'm so sorry, if we're talking like line of sight, right? I have this mental image of the snoot just out of view of like where Rod is standing.
Munching loudly. I don't think so.
Butter.
Do we know what it does? Does anyone have any manner of identification for it?
Fortunately, identifying of things is in the purview of wizards. My magical talents are quite geared towards that. I could give it a look and see if I know what it is, but...
I can tell you what it's not.
Go on.
I can tell you with confidence that it's not a soul coin. It's just merely pretending to be one.
I see.
Did mention...
To define a specific... Oh, God.
He did mention there was a non-detection spell at play. Perhaps the true nature of this is being sealed magically.
Would you mind, terribly vexed, if I allowed the captain to have a more trained arcane eye on this?
I don't know why you're asking me for permission. It's yours. And they say that with a smile.
He'll physically, very lightly blush for a moment and kind of just center himself again before handing the pendant over to Kazador.
He just, like, grabs the pendant and looks between the two of you. Right.
I think framed between the two of them, you see the two marshes have walked up and they're mirroring Vex and Xoruk. They're like holding hands and like looking up at the two of them.
Realizing he's now being way more intimate than he initially intended, he's just gonna kind of look towards Kazador, Vex, and then back to Kazador. I have meditations to attend to. Vex? He's just gonna leave.
Turn and leave.
One of the marshes looks at the other marsh and nods their head as if they said something, and then follows Xoruk.
Rod goes
like-
and grabs it by the head. No, you've done enough.
Yeah, just like picked up the ground. They're still doing the walking animation.
Kazador will, like, head following Xoruk as he leaves. Turns back to the rest of the group.
Captain? Thrash speaks up from behind you.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Can I go back onto the boat now?
Oh, yes. If there's, like, other people here, resume your duties.
Okay. And he, like, kind of rushes back. And, you know, there are a few other people out here on the dock, but no one else really has duties as far as you can tell. Naimana, and, like, looking about, kind of, like, realizing the situation, Naimana is almost just, like, staring off into the distance and in a similar capacity. So actually, no, Naimana wouldn't be staring off into the distance. Naimana is, like, hovering behind the group and is still, like, awkwardly sort of shifting. Marine has walked back over and is talking to Zaya. And Esmeralda, Xoruk, as you would have walked back inside, Esmeralda would have, who is just kind of like leaned by the door, would have just given you a very curt nod.
He'll nod back.
But you were saying again, Kazador.
Kazador, like, blinks and shakes his head again. Anyway, let me look at this.
I'll tell you when you're older.
What? Like, I am 30 or 40 years old and I do not need this.
Pop off, Ace Arrow King.
Clem
I also love that you
shaking
don't know
her
your
hand
age.
aggressively.
One
I also
second.
love that he doesn't know his age.
I'm open.
30.
I'm opening up Clip Studio. I need to draw something.
Kazador wouldn't know his fucking age because of his child. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Kazador,
Continue,
roll an
sorry.
Arcana check, identify to
Here I
see if you
go.
can figure out what it does. It's not a super powerful thing.
That's a 20. Soft 20. Golly,
20.
I'm rolling like shit
God.
tonight by my modifiers.
You are rolling like shit, but thankfully you didn't roll a 1 or a 2. DC 20 to get this. This is a... This is... It is sometimes known as a liar's coin, but it is more often known as a swindler's coin. As it is a coin that when you flip it, and it can be detached from the necklace, like it is currently held in such a way that it's kind of looped around the coin and is held in place, but it can be removed. The swindler's coin, it will land on whatever space you are thinking of when you flick it.
He'll, like...
I only flipped it the first time because it made sense for Sarah's asking me, but in the future, yeah, that is how it functions.
Yeah, he'll like
You've seen
he'll like test
my
it out. He'll
chance cube.
What was that, sir?
he'll like test it out. He'll like
No,
flick
no.
the coin into the air.
I quoted Watto from Star Wars saying, "Have you seen my chance
Oh.
cube?"
Oh. yeah.
He'll give it a little test flip.
But yeah, you flick it. Lands on whatever side you're thinking of when you flick it.
We'll just think of heads.
Yep.
He'll do it
Lands
again.
on
Think
heads.
of heads.
Lands on heads.
Do it again. Think of heads.
Lands on tails. Actually, no, lands on heads.
Suppose you throw a coin enough times. One day ends on. But yeah, he'll like
Okay, reference.
hand the coin back to Vex. That's a swindler's coin. Sort of a mundane, magical object. Essentially, you throw it in the air and it'll land on whatever face you're thinking of.
Well, that makes sense for the owner of the object.
A tool for petty cheating.
And petty cheat he did. And they'll take the coin.
Not anymore. At least not for a while. And certainly not to us.
A mistake he will not make again.
Captain? A weak voice kind of calls from behind the group as she's still kind of shifting nervously.
He will look over.
Can I talk to you? I don't mind doing it in front of the others, though, if you wish.
He like looks around. Well,
Okay. It kind of looks at the others, looks a little nervously, looks back towards where Xoruk left from. I don't want you telling Xoruk. I don't want him to think less of me. But the following asked me to spy on you as well.
Oh shit.
he sort of like folds his arms in front of his chest and closes his eyes. Journey we're on, there's always another wrench thrown in. Something.
I only did it a couple times. I stopped. I swear. I haven't done it since we were traveling to the what was it called? Eye of Doom. But I did let them know we were headed there. You have to understand. I worked with them for so long. I'm sorry. I am. I understand if you want me off the ship, if you wish to. And she looks off towards the shoreline. But is just rubbing her hands nervously.
I made my offer to Lillorad. For everyone. Glad you told me. What exactly did you tell them?
I received a message in my head. The sending spell, I believe. I'm not able to cast it, but I'm familiar. They asked me where we were going, and I was present for a lot of our discussions about where we were headed, and with our meeting with Shemeshka. I did not tell them where in the Hells, but I did tell them we were headed to the Hells. I told them we were taking a back route. I did not know the path, because I do not know it well. And so I told them this, but that is all. They have messaged me a few times since then. It was... Looks at you, like, kind of, almost like struggling to say something, kind of... looks at you, Kazador. Thresh trusts you a lot. It's really admirable to see. It's inspiring, actually. I don't know what line in the sand you drew for him, but it is endlessly grateful, and after speaking with him, with it, I stopped. But I understand if you want me to leave still. I will find somewhere else to go. I will be okay.
I can't promise that Xoruk won't hear.
A pained expression goes across her face, but she nods.
What happened? Make deals behind back. When you trust me,
She, like,
I can
begins to
promise you
tear
and
up.
give you my word. Don't. Things can happen.
I'm sorry. I
Resume your post.
Yes, Captain. Kind of arms around, like she hugs herself and begins to walk towards the exit. And before she does, you actually watch Esmeralda kind of stop her, and the two of them speak for a minute.
Kazador will, like, reach up and pinch the bridge of his nose. Been so much.
I'll smite you myself before you take that path.
Fortunately for my mental well-being, I don't think I have that sort of thing inside of me. See something wrong and I try to right it.
Why I follow you so devotedly.
Hope you're not following.
Actually, I don't think
grave.
I told you before.
Death
that
comes for us all. It will. But it can only have me if it earns me.
Kazador looks at Rot.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
I told you before that I come from a place where people are taught to look away when things go bad. That whomever is in power will have the ability to retaliate if you try to intervene. Never liked that. And that I can do something makes me want to move forward. And you seem like the type of person that will do that.
We didn't stop for long in Plagueport then. I think I might have broken my promise.
Rod nods. Maybe down the line we can go and change things there.
He smiles and nods.
But now we have something to get rid of, and that is a bounty.
Precisely. We've the matter of this fork in our road.
Yes, Commodore was about to ask about that. Before I do, Zaya, I wanted to say thank you, Captain, for showing great acumen in handling a devilish threat. It's impressive, and I appreciate your trust.
I know devils. I know their hearts, I know their minds. I know their schemes intimately.
I can tell. I have lived among them for a long time in my life. I am Hellborn. I know this. And this is why I am happy to follow and help. As long as you need my services, you have proven yourself far more than worthy to take on whatever it is in hell. And I will be sure to guide you. Marine and I have been speaking. We have a plan for deceiving them further. They have been attempting to track us for some time. I wish to throw them off from this. Make it harder for them to find us, even if they know we're coming to the Hells. But this will take effect once we get there. And to get there, we need to pick a path. So, are we heading down the tributary in front of the manor of the Great Witch of the Archfey, or are we taking Demon Lane?
I know we can hold our own in a fight. But I'd like to hear from everyone else on this matter. I think if we go down path, fighting through demons to get our way there, we could end up spending more resources than we need. But I think we could do it. On the other hand, contending with the Fae is not something I'm necessarily experienced with.
Kazador, roll just a flat intelligence check.
Natural 1.
Oh my god, Connor, what are your rolls
Contending
today?
with the Fae is not something I'm necessarily experienced with.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
He nods
as far as
sagely.
I know, I don't know why it exists, but there is a Fey manor of some kind that is on the banks of Hades, leading down a tributary into the Styx. Taken the back route a couple times, but she's got a couple Lenorms outside of her gates that don't really like trespassers. So we'll either have to deal with her or deal with Styx dragons, avoiding her, or deal with her pet Lenorms. Those are our options for that path. The other path is horrible waters, lots of demons, and whether or not we fight them or deal with them is going to be up to you. So those are... it's really up to you, Captain. I've done both. Neither of them are fun.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would Vex have any concept, even in just a vague sense, about Fey etiquette?
Fetiquette.
Fetiquette. Roll me just a flat intelligence check as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hakka, you as well. You get one.
Oh my.
All right.
Because I think Rod is the only one who wouldn't have overheard during the conversation.
Here I go.
Oh, yeah,
Yippee!
no, none
Roll
of
20
you
wants us
remember.
to fight these demons.
Yeah, there is. I'll say for you, for rolling the highest, Hakka, something is scratching your brain about the name Igwilf, but that's about it.
Listen, all I know about Fae is that they are tricksy. They are deceptive. They are weird and odd. But the sky is blue. Water's wet. Birds fly. This is stuff we already know.
Well, and to be perfectly honest with you, if we can handle devils and their trickery and their lies, Fae are not too far off.
I mean, if you want to try to deal with her, that's always an option. I mean, she could be an ally, just not someone I've ever wanted to tangle with. But I'm also not good at talking to people the way you are, Kazador. So, Commodore, you're the one who should. If you feel like you can make that deal, it's probably the safer route.
I was once a diplomat for the Kasiki Empire. Suppose if we wanted to try the more cautious route, potentially we could work out.
It would put us in a better position. It would put us in a better position for Zaya and I's plan for deceiving them once we get to the Hells.
What say the rest of you?
I like that.
Vex?
Okay, you're muted, Ceres.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It happens to the best of us.
I'm fighting my mic as we speak because I definitely hit the button.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, if it were my opinion, if our options here are potentially a route of diplomacy, I think the cards are in our favor, especially if we're trying to be smart about resource management. However, there's also the reality that there's familiarity with demons. We also know what to expect. We know that if we go in there, as Marine said, it's a bloodbath. Personally, I wouldn't mind a little change of pace, however. And Vex will look to you, Kazador. I do believe it would end up being your call.
It is. I still like the opinion, thoughts of my crew before I make a decision. Potentially a costly one. But it seems that we are all steering towards a similar mind.
Deals with their staff a little. I would rather face the demons. I feel that at every turn we're met with liars, with schemers, and we're just playing everyone else's game. Perhaps it's, as much as I dislike violence, a time that we make a stand for our own and maybe build a name. If we break through the front door with that on our back, it speaks more to us. Just a thought.
I think it's worthwhile.
That is true.
Don't want any more lies. I just don't want any more lies.
All right, that's 1, 2 for Niflheim / Oinos, and that's one currently for Demon River. Doesn't really have a name because it's kind of a long stretch. Hakka, what about you?
It's the devil we know or the devil we don't. I vote demons. I don't know what to make of the Fae. And that's why, yeah, demons.
I've dealt with Fae a little bit before. I will say one thing to your point, Rot. Fae can't lie. They can hide the truth, they can obscure the truth, they can double deal, but they can't lie.
What is the difference?
Good point.
A lie by omission is still a lie, even if they're not mincing or twisting their words.
Kazador will psychically connect to the ship, try to contact Xoruk. Xoruk.
I know that he took off.
Kazador will connect to the ship, try to contact Xoruk.
Up to.
I'm here, Captain.
We are plotting our next course here. Seems we've a fork in our road. We're either heading towards what may be a fight with demons and rough waters, or we'll tread through Fae territory. Do you have any thoughts on the matter?
Thoughts on the matter?
Oh, you're dervish in a fight, but wanted to get your opinion on the matter before we decide a course.
Well, let me ask you the same question I asked when we first met. What is your intention, Kazador?
Intention is to get to Avernus.
And when you close your eyes, in this moment, you hear the crew, their concerns, you navigate what information you have. Which path feels most right, most correct to you to reach Avernus? No, I'm asking you.
Part of me thinks.
If you picture. Go ahead.
Part of me thinks it is appropriate for entrance into the Hells, heralded with the blood of fiends.
It is appropriate. But thus far we have not made any known enemies to demons. Only devils. That being said, picture Avernus at the end of either path of this river. Which one seems closer? There's no right or wrong answer. There's only your intention, Captain. For all we know, either path, in my summation, could end with a ally or an enemy. I leave it up to you to determine which one will be which.
Then I shall forthwith.
I shall follow you.
Kazador, after the connection is broken between him and Xoruk, will look around the ship, and he'll like sort of white knuckle the staff of power in his hand for a moment. He's got almost an annoyed look on his face, but he's also got a smile.
What are
Let's
you
show
thinking?
the multiverse who we are. And if a few demons get their heads knocked together on our way to the hells, then so be it.
Everyone tells us to be afraid of them. Let's give them a reason to be afraid of us.
We've dealt with it. Looks at Hakka.
Is that your decision, Gamador?
Set the course. Let's go kill some.
River of Blood it is. And she walks towards the helm. And that's where we're going to leave the session for today.
Oh boy!
Alrighty!
Let's go.
We did it. We got the sussy baka out of here.
We won Among Us!
Fucking
We won
well
Among
done.
Us. We did it.
First vent, too.
Imagine if we had offended the wrong person.
Right.
Whoops! My God.
It was brought all along. Wait, no!
Oh no! You are going to get so many beans. Well, chat, thank you so much. This is another stellar episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos.
Oh yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for playing with me. Thank you all for engaging. And thank you all for fucking kicking his ass.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
Well.
CR16 getting one turned.
We're 17! Pa! Get out of here!
We did fire from all cylinders.
Which true. We,
Oh yeah, it was
we
fucking
kinda
rad. It was
dirtied on
fucking
him.
rad.
Ah,
You dirtied on him a bit, yeah.
just a little. Well. Thank you all for stopping by, folks. Let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves, starting with TheropodArt.
Hi, hello. Hello, it's me. Hi, TheropodArt. Y'all know what it is. Blue Sky, Tumblr for Affinity, Twitch, even though I'm on a hiatus there. Tuesdays, Vecna, Eve of Ruin. It's great. It's wonderful. When it's not canceled. Bleh. That's me.
Yeah. Up next, we've got XanillisGrimm.
Hi, that's me. Currently canceling Vecna.
No.
But I already
for
shielded
you.
everything. Yeah, I already shielded everything. If you want to see what I'm up to, when I'm up to it, you check my Blue Sky at XanillisGrimm, where I post everything I do and when I do it. But aside from that, if no one's told you I love you, allow me to be the first today. I love you very much. Thank you for being here with us and sharing your time with us. That's me.
Right on. Up next, we've got Steris.
Hello. You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl. We got a lot going on this weekend. First, Vaughn's, maybe, question mark? Keep an eye out on Blue Sky. My channel, for once. Weird.
Ooh.
And then, Leah's channel on Monday. Echoing what Zayn said, thank you very, very much for joining us on this wacky adventure. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Up next, we've got the Citric King.
Hi, hello. I'm Citric. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Citric King. Everywhere being mainly Blue Sky and then all of the other places. Busy as per usual, but worth keeping an eye out for my stuff. So yeah, that's what I going on. But what about our one and only GM Leah?
Hi, I do things on my channel at Amusing Thalia, both on Blue Sky and Twitch. I got a few things, some of them have been mentioned. The only thing I really want to talk about is starting up my superhero setting and stories that are going to be around on my channel, on Vaughn's channel, and in my own private games called Suits. So if you like superhero stuff, if you want some superhero TTRPG stuff, that is the way to go for that. Otherwise, be sure to watch Stalwart Souls on Monday at XanillisGrimm. It's a other cool space game, and Xan doesn't shill it enough. But besides that, we are all here by the grace of our host, the one, the only, Connor McKinley, DistortionDevil.
It's me. Hello. I hope you had fun today watching this exciting episode of Kazador's Guide to the Cosmos. After this, we're gonna be doing some art stream. We're gonna be over on twitch.tv/ Unexpectables. We're gonna be looking through all of our art for January.
Fuck you, it's February. Sorry.
Listen, lots of stuff has happened.
Indeed. Yep. Life is relentless. Crab smoking a cigarette. But yes, they'll be doing that, followed by maybe some Marble Rivals? Who knows? Burpadir, indeed.
Burpader. Papanada.
Streams are going to be... Actually, I should say, I'm going to have a very special stream tomorrow. Normally I don't stream Saturdays, but because it is Valentine, got something over special planned.
Oh.
But yes, you may find out about that tomorrow. Aside from that, not much else to say. This episode was brought to you in part by Beard Sorcerer.
Beard Sorcery.
That's right, Beard Sorcery. For all your beard care products, head over to beardsorcery.com. Use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10% when you shop online, just like you can when you go to bonescoffeecompany.com. If you're a coffee fiend like me, you're gonna pick up some coffee. It's delicious. I approve. They've got all sorts of flavors and formats for your coffee. Go ahead, check them out, and if you like what you see, use code DistortionDevil, and you can save 10%. And, we also couldn't do this week in, week out without bits and stubs from viewers like you. This is from people such as Darky Arts. Thank you for getting a tier 1 sub to the Citric King.
Me! How dare?
Miss Tweetums, thank you for the 15 months of subbing. Ha ye! And Zenlita, thank you for the 100 bits. Malilla Raz is trying to escape on Tom. Suddenly he hears the opening guitar riff to Barracuda, and Kazador is standing right behind him. Think of something quick. And we've got a guide to the raid. It's Tui. It's Tui.
Hoktui, sorry. I
Hoktui.
don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
That's my brother.
His brother Hoktui.
Let's go ahead. And
Hakka's brother
read
Hoktui.
It's Tui. We'll see you in a little bit here. But as for Kazador's Guide, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now, everybody.
Right now.
Bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye.
Not the right one.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Alright. Y'all be good now, okay?
Or don't.
Our
I'm not doing that.
range will be hammered down.
Oh,
Ooh,
God.
that's good.
Let the hammer fall,
Yeah.
maybe. George Lucas.
Oh,
$1
that's-
billion.
George Washington.
George of the Jungle.